I reminisce. Yeah. Okay, here we are back again with another video. All right, here we go. So once just double check the audio, everything is good. Okay, so how you guys doing today? Today is Monday, June 1st, 2026. Yeah, so yesterday we did a live stream, doing a live decode of the NBA Finals, and some people contributed yesterday with some observations that are very, very interesting, and I would like to share those with you guys again in this video. And I'm also gonna show you guys some more clues that I came up with, this morning when I was doing my decodes. All right, so let's start off with this photograph here, and I haven't looked into everything about this photograph, but there is something that stands out to me right away. So, according to the NBA, actually, was it the NBA who posted this? It might have been ESPN. Actually, it was ESPN. Same thing. ESPN posted this photograph of Marcus Camby and Jalen Brunson, and of course, Marcus Camby played for the Knicks, and Jalen Brunson is his little boy on the left. This photo was taken in 1999, you guys. And Jalen Brunson just happens to have a New York Knicks t-shirt. Oh man. A New York Knicks t-shirt in 1999, and he takes his photograph of Marcus Camby. I find the clock being on 85 interesting because basketball equals 85. There might be something more to that. Yeah, but this is I don't know if maybe not to all of you, but to some of you who, at least to the ones who have a brain, this should definitely not, be seen as some type of coincidence. Because I mean, a lot of you you guys love that word. Like, I was showing people how Karl Anthony Towns went to his first preseason game wearing a 1999 NBA Finals t-shirt. That was his first game with the New York Knicks. It was a preseason game against the Charlotte Hornets. And he decided to go to the game wearing a 1999 NBA Finals t-shirt. And people were saying, and I have a friend who says that there's nothing strange about that. That's a t-shirt that anybody can buy. So it's just a coincidence that he went to his first Knicks game with that t-shirt on. And now he's in his NBA in the NBA Finals, and the Knicks are playing the same team that they played in 1999. He said that was just a coincidence. So I really don't know what it's gonna take for some of you to finally get it. A lot of you just not. I mean this with all due respect. A lot of you you don't have what it takes. You don't have the IQ points to see through all this stuff. It don't matter what we show you. I mean, in this photograph that was taken in 1999, Jalen Brunson could have had any other shirt on. No, but he had the shirt that of the team that he is going to the finals with. Showed you that at least to the people who are intelligent enough to see it, what this proves to us is that these players, I don't know how old he was in this photograph, but he was definitely under 10 years old. Actually, we can find that out, actually. But it shows you that they are prepping these players far, far in advance. From this moment, they already knew Jalen Brunson was going to play for the Knicks, just like his father did. And keep in mind that his father played in that 1999 NBA Finals, Rick Brunson. Let's see, how old is Jalen Brunson right now? So he's 29 years old. So he was, what was he, 2 years old? Or 3? He was 2 years old in that photograph. He was 2 years old. Yeah, because his birthday is August 31st, 1996, so he was turning 3. At the age of 2, they already knew that Jalen Brunson was going to play for the Knicks and eventually play the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals. As crazy and as bizarre as that sounds. That's what this photo proves. Now, if you can't see through that, I don't know what to tell you. We're talking about 27 years ago. The script for him was already written. 27 years ago, you guys. And again, his father, Rick Brunson, he played against the Twin Towers. David Robinson and Tim Duncan. And speaking of Tim Duncan, look at this article. Victor Wembanyama's first playoff run is mirroring Tim Duncan's in uncanny fashion. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't even think this is worth showing people because it's like people are just gonna dismiss this and call this a coincidence. But yeah, the Victor Wembanyama's road to the finals, it's identical to Tim Duncan's road to the finals in 1999 when he won the championship with the Spurs. And Wembanyama's playing the same team that Tim Duncan played in his first NBA Finals. Tim Duncan won his first chip against the Knicks. Victor Wembanyama could win his first championship in this finals. The numbers look very good for the Spurs. I know that they are negative 200 favorites, but we don't really pay attention to that. It doesn't really matter who's the favorite. Yeah, whoever wins game one, the odds. If the Knicks win game one, the odds will change, right? So it doesn't matter who the favorite is today. Odds change all the time. Even if let's say the Knicks take a lead in a series and then they come back and win, it doesn't really matter the odds, you guys. That only matters to people who are dumb and don't know how to bet on sports. Because even if the Spurs can win game one, you can live bet and probably catch the Spurs at an underdog price. Odds don't matter. Odds don't tell you who's gonna win. What does tell you who's gonna win is the numbers, like we showed yesterday. Okay. So these are the notes that we came up with yesterday. If you didn't see that video, so shout out to Big Brother's watching 33. At times he's a troll. At times he's intelligent. I just hope that he continues to put out work like this, because this is gonna help us, make the correct decision. Trolling, you might get a laugh here and there, but it doesn't help us do anything with it. We can't attack these casinos with trolling comments, with emojis. None of that helps. Your opinion and your thoughts on why we got it wrong, none of that matters now. The Western Conference Finals is over. Help us solve what they're going to do next. That's going to help us. But he pointed out how Jalen Brunson, his career high came against the Spurs. Of course, Jalen Brunson was, he played for Villanova and won his national championship in San Antonio. Somebody wrote about that yesterday. I totally just disregarded that, but that was definitely important because I went back and watched the live stream. And we're going to talk about that as well. Villanova winning their championship in San Antonio. It just shows you how, this is what I keep saying in my videos, is like all the clues are out there. And it's not easy, to be honest with you guys. It's not easy to put all these clues together in the beginning of the season. I wish it would be easy, but it's not. But I do think that it could be easier if all of us work together. Because think about all the stuff that we are about to show. Like all the things that we showed yesterday and all the things that we're going to show today, a lot of these things were already out there. Like this photograph from 1999, this photograph has been out there for a long time, right? It's been out there for 27 years, right? It's just that now the mainstream is bringing it back up because they know that nobody probably caught on to it. Yeah, but these little details, these are the details that matter when we're trying to make the decision in the beginning of the season or even in the beginning of the playoffs. 2 days before the finals, I guess it's kind of helpful, but it would have been more helpful in the beginning of the season because in the beginning of the season, the Spurs were plus 6,000 odds to win the championship. See, that's when these clues matter. All right, but anyways, it still matters. So it's still good to see and to show people to show people how rigged this stuff is and how far in advance they're rigging it. But yeah, Jalen Brunson again, he won the national championship in San Antonio, but he scored 61 points against the San Antonio Spurs and back in 2024. In that same game, Victor Wembanyama scored 40 points. 40 plus 61 is 101. Finals equals 61 and 101. 101 was huge in that Western Conference Game 7 against the Thunder when Wembanyama picked up his 101st career win. And, of course, in that series, the Thunder fell to 10-1 in the postseason. Well, I think they improved to 10-1. They fell to 8-1 after losing Game 1. In Game 1 went to overtime. The score was tied 101 to 101. And that's a big number because Oklahoma City Thunder go 101 like finals. In Game 7, after Wembanyama scores his first three-pointer at the 8:58 mark in the second quarter, Thunder called the timeout and they flashed the 101 right behind him because he shot the three-pointer and then he turned around and the camera view took a shot of row 101. Row 101. If you look up the Thunder's arena, row 101 is right next to row 120. I took a screenshot of it. Go look at the video that I did right after the Thunder loss. I showed the screenshot. They flashed the 101 right in people's face because they know people are not paying attention to that. And keep in mind that in that game, the Spurs won with 111 points. The NBA Finals is 111, blah, blah, blah. And now they got number 11 going against number 1 in the NBA Finals. Like New York is 111. And so many more things about that number. That number is huge. 9/11 happened. They leaving 111 days left in the year, and so on and so forth. But anyways, so in 2024, he has his career high game, 61 points, against the team that he's going to eventually face in the finals. Here it is, March 29th, 2024. He scored 61 points, and that up to now, that is still his career high. And keep in mind, New York Knicks is also 61, so. Okay, final 61, New York Knicks is 61. And then, you see, this right here, this is a great find. The only thing that scares me about this, shout out to TJ Anderson, he pointed out how the Spurs right now have 1,996 all-time losses. The only thing that scares me about this is I don't know if this is including the postseason. There might be a way to find that on Basketball Reference. I'm not too savvy with that website, but somebody can find it. Please send it to me on a screenshot at Instagram at Simple Truth Television. I would definitely appreciate that because I don't know if this record right here is including all the losses that the Spurs have and the wins in the postseason. So if it is, then it makes Game 7 look a lot more possible for the Spurs to win it in 7. But right now, this right here, this is pending because I don't know. I gotta confirm if that's including the postseason. And yeah, also this is interesting. I'll get into this in a second, but yeah, they're building a new World Trade Center in New York City, so that might be part of the riddle as well, or why the Knicks are in there. Yesterday, we also spoke about how Juneteenth has this matching gematria with San Antonio. So if it ends on Game 7 will be June 19th, which is also Juneteenth. Notice the overlap in 3 out of the 4 ciphers with San Antonio. San Antonio is also 122, like how the finals starts 122 days after the San Antonio mayor's birthday. And, of course, the Spurs advance to the finals 122 days after Greg Popovich's birthday. The Knicks right now are 12-2 in the postseason. That was Greg Popovich also has that 148 like San Antonio, like Juneteenth. Yeah, the 1999 NBA Finals. We spoke about that yesterday. And, Spike Lee, Game 7 will be 91 days after his birthday. He was born March 20th. And San Antonio Spurs is 91. I want you guys to listen to what Spike Lee told Wembanyama at the NBA All-Star Game on, what was it, February 17th? February 15th, the All-Star Game. I want you guys to take a listen to this. Hold on. Let me get the audio set up. It shows you that even people like Spike Lee know know the script. For all of you I don't know if you guys remember, like, there used to be a lot of people in the community talk about, oh, not all the players on internet. They're just, they're playing. They don't know what's going on. This is magic controlling them. Okay, sure. You're being controlled by magic. It's magic. It's not. They're not doing anything corrupt. It's magic. It's magic tricks. Okay, here we go. So this is Spike Lee speaking to Wembanyama right before the NBA All-Star Game that was played on 2/15/26. This was this year's NBA All-Star Game.
You guys in the finals, baby.
Let's go, me too. I want to see you guys.
All right, man. Look.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to see you guys in the finals, baby.
Let's go, me too. I want to see you guys.
All right, man. Look.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to see you guys in the finals, baby.
Let's go, me too. I want to see you guys.
All right, man.
I want to see you guys in the finals, baby. Another coincidence for all you weirdos out there who think everything is a coincidence and not everything is suspect. Spike Lee tells Wembanyama, I want to see you guys in the finals. How come, Spike Lee? Why you don't want to see the Lakers or, I don't know, the Utah Jazz? Why you want to see the Spurs in the finals? And look at the dumb sheep in the comment section. Real recognize real. Oh my God, people are doomed. There's nothing real about any of these people right here. The guy who wore 42 in the Do the Right Thing video, he's real. The guy who sacrificed his grandmother is real. Yeah, but Game 7 will be 91 days after his birthday, and San Antonio Spurs is 91. Right, so again, Game 7 looks very interesting. I just need to confirm how many losses the Spurs do have, an official number, including the postseason. And if they do have 1,996, that would be pure mockery for them to finish this year on 1,999 all-time losses, including the postseason, to tribute the 1999 NBA Finals. That would be unbelievable. But again, that is still pending. I have to do some more research and find an accurate record for the Spurs. Because StatMuse, I don't trust StatMuse anymore. I never did, but I definitely don't trust it with the all-time records. Yeah, this is the shirt that I was showing my friend. I was like, look at them. This is Karl Towns going into his first preseason game against the Charlotte Hornets back in 2024. And he wearing this shirt. Come on, man. You can buy that shirt anywhere. If the Knicks win the finals, they'll pick up their 69th win. The NBA Finals equals 69. Of course, Mike Brown lost to the Spurs. Somebody pointed that out yesterday. When he was a Cavaliers head coach, they got swept by Tim Duncan and company. The Knicks are in the 80th NBA season. Willis Reed died at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year back in 2024 as well. That was probably another indicator. Karl Anthony Towns, he has 29 postseason losses. He could pick up 4 and get to 33. New York is 33. Spurs is 33. NBA Finals is 33. He could pick up his 33rd postseason loss in the finals against the 33 team. This is a photograph of his mother, who he sacrificed on the 104th day of the year. Her full name is 104. She died from COVID at the age of 59 back in 2020, right after the pandemic on April 13th. I think after this, he lost another 10 members of his family. And then you got Mitch Johnson, who is trying to get he's trying to get his first NBA championship. Notice if it does go 7, the Spurs right now have 71 losses. No, excuse me. Mitch Johnson has 71 career losses for his career. 3 more get him to 74. New York Knicks equals 74. They like 74 a lot. So 7 has a lot of legs. 3 more losses, he has 71. 3 more losses is 74. But this is why I think the Spurs are going to win the championship. That's because they have 74 wins for the season, and they need 4 to get to 78. NBA Finals 78, New York 78, New York is 78. Even the name Jacqueline Cruz equals 78. That's Karl Towns' mom. Jesuit 78. I think that game 7 is on a Sunday. Let me just take a look. It's actually no. It's on a Friday. Excuse me. But so disregard that. It's not on a Sunday. But all these other 78s are definitely relevant, right? New York NBA Finals. The Spurs are trying to get to 78 wins. That looks good to me. But what do I know? Victor Wembanyama right now, he's 2-3 versus the Knicks in his career. New York is 33, Spurs is 33, NBA Finals is 33. So if that looks good for them to win Game 1. I'm gonna decode every game individually anyway. But it is interesting. If they win Game 1, he becomes 3-3. And this is what I was saying earlier: how the final starts 122 days after the mayor from San Antonio's birthday. And again, for the future, if you guys are decoding these games, the politicians, the riddles are usually around the politicians, and it's very consistent. A lot of things are inconsistent in this work, but this is one. This is a pattern that that is very consistent. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, it was 131 days after before their mayor's birthday. Go look it up. The championship number, of course, Super Bowl is also 131. Yeah, so it makes sense for this series to go 7. Notice that they both have the 33 connection, and NBA Finals is also 33. And this was my advice. I updated it yesterday. The best play is to take the Spurs to flat out win the series. But if you're in a gambling mood, you can take a shot at the series ending in 7. For the reason that I just mentioned in this video, right? And the odds right now is plus 275. Okay, so those are the things that we spoke about yesterday. I showed you guys this, right? This is the NBA All-Star Game. I want to see you guys in the finals. We spoke about Marcus Camby taking a picture with Jalen Brunson in 1999 while he's wearing a nice little New York Knicks t-shirt. And then Victor Wembanyama, his path to the finals is identical to Tim Duncan's path to the finals. I think ESPN has a better graphic of that. Let me see if I can find it. But it's almost identical. Let me see if they have the graphic so I can show you guys. Yeah, this is the graphic I saw on Instagram. So, Wembanyama, actually, let me see. I want the graphic with the explanation on it. And it was both, I think it was both 22. Okay, so here it is. Spurs Nation posted it. So in 1999, a 22-year-old Tim Duncan led the San Antonio Spurs to a championship against the New York Knicks. Now in 2026, a 22-year-old Victor Wembanyama has led the Spurs back to the NBA Finals against the Knicks. 27 years later, the stars have aligned most unbelievably. Same opponent, same age, same stage. Tim Duncan started a championship legacy in 1999. Now Victor Wembanyama has the opportunity to begin his own. The script is set. The moment is here. Will history repeat? Actually, this is not even the one that I was looking for, but that's not bad. This was posted by Clutch Sports. Um, and that was also his second year. I guess this is Wembanyama's third year. Okay. Yeah, that's not the one I was looking for. Hold on. Okay, here it is. This is a better one. Okay, I got it. Okay, so this was by TSN official. So look at this, you guys. The same NBA Finals run. So in the first round, they beat the Thunder. I mean, they beat the Timberwolves. In 1999, the Spurs beat the Timberwolves. This year, the Spurs also beat the Timberwolves in the first round. Tim Duncan beat the Lakers, who were his rival. This year, Wembanyama beat the Thunder, and that's his rival. They beat the Lakers in 1999. Oh, no. Yeah, the Lakers were the Spurs' rival, right? So that's where, so the Lakers and Thunder, that's where they connect because the Lakers were Tim Duncan's rival and the Thunder are Wembanyama's rival. They beat the Timberwolves and Trailblazers, and Wembanyama also beat the Timberwolves and Trailblazers this season. Tim Duncan won the NBA championship against the Knicks, and now Wembanyama can win the championship against the Knicks. So they have identical paths to their first championship at the same age because basketball is 22. Man, all the stuff is in your face, but it's not easy to see in the beginning of the season because there's not enough people doing the research properly. That's just a flat out truth, and that includes me. I need to do better. I need to do some more digging. I know it's a lot because there's a lot of teams to look into, but it's not impossible. We've done it in the past, so we've done it in the past. But yeah, look at the Knicks roster in 1999 in that NBA Finals. Marcus Camby, who was in that picture with Jalen Brunson, the guy with the 322 birthday. And then, of course, Jalen Brunson's pops was in that team. So Jalen Brunson's father went against the Spurs in the finals, and now his son is going against the Spurs in the finals. Mm-mm. So Tim Duncan, April 25th birthday. I don't know if I did this already. I probably did. Yeah, I did. His final starts 39 days after his birthday. Let me just take a look at Game 7. Game 7 will be 55 days after his birthday, or the 56th day of his age. I'm gonna try my best to take calls today, you guys. So if you have an observation, save it because I definitely want to hear it. I just hope it's a good one, to be honest with you, because I don't have my patience has been running thin because I've been doing this for so long. That's why a lot of you don't understand. Like I'm not new to this, man. It's frustrating when these people are still getting the fucking they still getting the edge over us. We're supposed to be way sharper by now. I wish Tim Duncan's name was 105. That would have been a lot more interesting. Let me see something. Spurs. Take a look at David Robinson real quick. His birthday is 8/6. Game 7 is 48 days before his birthday. The NBA Finals is 48. That's a 66 prime, 317. Okay. There's something I'm missing with Tim Duncan that's going to piece it all together. I know it. Yeah, but back like somebody pointed this out yesterday in the chat. So, yeah, the 2018 NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship game was between Villanova and Michigan, and the game was played at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio on April 2nd, 2018. 98 months before this year's NBA Finals. We spoke about the new World Trade Center that's supposed to be finished. It's supposed to complete by 2031. Vertical construction has begun on a 2 World Trade Center, the final commercial tower planned for the 16-acre Lower Manhattan campus. Hopefully they don't bring that down 33 years from now. Yeah, this legendary football player passed away today. Raymond Berry died at the age of 93. He died on his 88th day of his age, and Baltimore Colts equals 88. That's the team he played for. He also coached the Patriots. And, of course, the Patriots just lost the Super Bowl. And I'm trying to measure how many days it's been since the Super Bowl. He died on the 25th, which means he died 106 days after the Super Bowl. I don't think that number needs any explanation. You guys know what that number represents. The 2025 NFL season, that was the 106th NFL season. So he died 106 days after the 106th NFL season concluded. And on the 88th day of his age. So R.I.P. to Mr. Berry. Okay, so we spoke about that. Again, this is the part right here that I need to verify before I feel 100% certain that it will end in 7. But I do prefer the Spurs narrative. They do have They have better numbers. If you guys think the Knicks are going to win the championship, I would like to hear it. I'll take a listen. You guys like Wembanyama's picking up his 101st career loss. So finals is 101. Possible. Hey, that's possible. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they don't pick up their 78th win though. The Spurs. That's gonna be tough for me to fade. Yeah, all right. So I'm pretty done. Yeah, you can call in if you want to. 646-986-0958. 61 viewers on June 1st. Speaking about the finals. I wish YouTube would stop bothering my channel and let my channel grow. I mean, come on. Don't you see people are still too dumb? It don't matter what I show them. Like, why you messing with my channel, YouTube? Let my channel grow some more. I'll take a look at the chat. See if you guys maybe you guys don't want to call in because you might think I'm gonna be rude. Whatever. All right. If you wanna contribute to the stream, please leave a comment, a well written comment. Make sure all the words are spelled correctly. Make sure the capital letters are where they belong. And yeah, I would like to see what you guys think. Okay, so we got. I don't know why my phone is not ringing. Why is my phone going to the voicemail? Hold on, you guys. Let me fix my phone. I'm gonna call you right back, whoever that was. Oh, I know what it was. There was a guy trolling my phone the other day. I'll put it where if your phone number is not registered to my phone, I'm gonna send you directly to voicemail. So I'll change it just for the time being. Okay. So how was it again? 'What's going on? Thank you for the call.
I was wondering if you looked at the Knicks.
Okay, hold on, because I don't know why the phone is so low. Hold on. It might be me. Hey, hello. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just it's very low. I'm trying to adjust it so that way the audience can listen to you better.
It sound better now?
Oh yeah. So it was you. Okay. So yeah, I can hear you now.
I think it's my phone settings or something. But anyway, I was going to ask if you looked at the Knicks' all-time road record, including playoffs.
The Knicks all-time record. Okay, I did look at
On
it.
the road.
I didn't see much. It was like something with in threes, right? It was like 3,000 or something.
The
Yeah.
Knicks' all-time road record, including playoffs.
Well, on StatMuse, you mean, right?
Yeah. No, all-time road record.
Yeah, all-time road record. Yeah, in the
Including
playoffs.
playoffs.
Oh, including playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not 1,973.
Yeah, that's the last time they won. I mean, what are the chances that they enter their best playoff run on those numbers?
Yeah, that is interesting. The last time, and I think Game 1 is on the road, right?
Yeah, game 1 too. But another thing is, like, if you look at the Spurs, like, I think they were technically established in the 73-74 season. They were like another team before that. But then again, there's not a. I don't think most people are going to catch that. When they're looking at saying it was a rematch of the 72. So this is a rematch at 9. And it's it just it seems very, very interesting to me that that's what they land on here. After losing that Atlanta game, they just went off.
Yeah, and then they've really been on fire. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't want to dismiss their possibility of winning at all because they've been flawless this postseason. I think they went what was it like 11-0 on 11-game win streak or something like that.
I don't know why, but there's a lot of sinks to them not even losing on the road. Even if they win in 5, it just seems if you look at their road record this season, including playoffs, if they can end up becoming 32-20, a bit like 3-2-2, And if you look at the San Antonio founding date to Game 5, and if you look at the New York establishment date to Game 5, it's both 43 days or 322 days on both sides. It's so weird how synced up that is. But not saying it's going to be a 5-game series, but just from what I'm looking at and the synchronicities, it just seems a little weird. Like it almost seems like they're going to possibly win this going into Trump's birthday, going into Rick Brunson's birthday. And I'm not dismissing the Spurs side of things, but again, once I saw the 1973 on the Knicks side, I was like, okay, that's a little strange. Again, they're on their best run all time since '73. You know, as far as dominance, and they enter on that road record. You know what I mean? So I just felt like that was a little strange. That almost seems like the Knicks could go up 2-0 coming back to New York. It just seems a little, you know.
Nah, yeah, definitely possible. They beat the Spurs a lot, this year, and they beat them in the NBA Cup.
It's been a couple of years though since they won it on the road. It's been a couple of years since they beat San Antonio in San Antonio.
Well, the NBA Cup technically it's a road game, but I get what you mean. Like in San Antonio, right?
Yeah, it was like I think it was like 2022, 2021, something like that. It's been a while.
Okay, let me check.
But then again, the Knicks have been pretty good since 2021. They made the playoffs every year. It's just I don't know, something about that about San Antonio.
What about the fact that Wembanyama's mirroring Tim Duncan's road to his first championship?
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's basically doing the same. He's doing the same thing as him. He played the same opponents.
I feel like that New York Knicks team is so much more. I don't know why. I feel like I could see them winning the championship more than I could see the Spurs. I feel like there's more personality on that team.
And not only that, the Pope, right, being from Villanova, and
exactly, yep.
They had the Super Bowl synced up with the Pope, and now they have the Knicks synced up with the Pope.
That is true. I mean, they did have the Seahawks win. After the last time there was a new Pope, so the Seahawks won again, and then the Spurs won that same year. I think it was 2014, right? So. There's also that. That also crossed my mind.
And Greg Popovich he's in his 78th year of life. In light of the Spurs picking up their 78th win of the season if they win it.
Yeah, there's that too. There's that. But if the Knicks do win in 5, I don't know if you want to use the day syncs, but Saturday 53, it'll be their first title in 53 years, and then they would pick up their 69th win Saturn 69. Like
if they win in 5, you mean?
If they win in 5, yeah. They went on a Saturday. Yeah.
That'll be June 13th.
That'll be the day leaving 201.
June 13th.
The day, and I'm saying it would be like kind of like the day that they would be flying back to New York, the same day as Trump's birthday, probably. And Rick Brunson has the same birthday as Trump. In '99, the final started after all that.
Wait, Rick Brunson? I don't know about that. Hold on, I think Rick Brunson was born on a different. Oh, yeah, June 14th, okay.
Yeah, he has the same birthday as Trump, which is...
Yeah, but I don't think there's a game on Trump's birthday. That's what I meant.
Well, I'm saying they would win it the day before and then fly back to New York probably that day. And I've also noticed, I mean, if you go through history, I don't even think it matters the sport. Most teams that have been on long finals droughts, and if they win, they usually win on the road. Like I go back to the Warriors, I go back to the Cavs, I go back to the Red Sox in '04, I go back to the friggin'
Yeah, I don't even think it's safe for the Knicks to win at home. Like they're gonna end up destroying the city.
New York would be in shambles.
Yeah, they're not gonna allow that. They're not gonna allow New York to get destroyed like that.
Yeah. So, I do think if the Knicks were to win this championship, it'd have to be in San Antonio. And, since we know the knowledge and stuff like that, we have an upper hand on the knowledge, and we know when the Trump's birthday is, it would just make sense that they win it before, like the day before Trump's birthday. And then he can be like, look what I did, because he's like that. And I just feel like that would be it. I mean, there is the 616, which was a big day for Trump a couple years ago, 11 years ago. And then there's obviously the Game 7, which looks like, the King James ritual, but I don't know. I really don't know. It just that 1973 just seems like the Knicks would not lose on the road. That's what I like. Imagine they actually go 3-0 on the road in that series, or even if they sweep them somehow. But
Yeah,
I don't
six.
see how
Now
they
that
enter
not,
on
not
that number.
not not that you mentioned six, that will bring the Knicks to 33 losses.
Oh, game 6.
No, no. If they win it, if they win in six, so six is
Oh
very
yeah,
possible.
so if they somehow, that means they'd have to win at home though, which is again, especially with the World Cup going on, I feel like it's just so much going on. There would be so much going on in the city of New
Yeah,
York.
six gets them to 33 losses.
Well, also they can get to 69 wins.
Yeah, the NBA Finals 69. Yeah, they'll be 69 and 33 if they win it in six. Those are NBA final numbers, absolutely.
There's definitely a narrative on both sides.
And isn't that how it always is? That's why this stuff is so challenging.
Yeah, I just can't see the Knicks. I can see the Knicks like the way they've been playing. I can see them winning on the road. As far as winning all the games on the road because of that 1973, I'm trying to use that as like a defense mechanism. It's like, oh my god, like how do they enter on that number perfectly after all these years? You got to think about it. It's like all their road games all the time is just accumulated to their best run. You know what I mean? Since '73, where they won the championship. I think they're the most healthiest. I remember in '99 they didn't have Ewing. They didn't have Ewing that run, that finals run. You know, so they were the 8th seed, I think. It's a lot. It's a lot. This is a lot different. It was also a lockout season that year. It's definitely a lot different than when it was and how it is now. You know, I think they only played like 50 games that year. You know.
Yeah, you got me thinking. You brought up some good points. Have you been able to find the Spurs' actual all time record, including the postseason? Because I don't trust that news for some reason.
Hold on.
Because on Basketball Reference it says that they have 1,996 losses, but I don't know if that's including the postseason.
Oh no, on Basketball Reference, it doesn't include the playoffs. That's only regular season.
Okay, so yeah, that's no good then.
But you know what? I actually looked up the Spurs. Like I was trying to think, like if the series were to go 5, for example, and the Spurs were to lose all 3 road games, they'd become 13-7 at home in the finals. So I was trying to figure out like what number would they stand on, or because I'm thinking about that one 1973 number, and obviously there's the chance that they become 14-4 like Jesuit order, but then again, if they actually end up losing somehow 3 games at home, they'd be 13-7, the 33rd prime. So, we know that's a big number, obviously. So, but the Spurs record that you see on Basketball Reference is just I think that's just the freaking. That's just the regular season.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's the playoffs as well. Oh yeah, I think
they've been around for quite a while. And they made the playoffs. Like if you go to the history, they've made the playoffs very consistently, even before Tim Duncan and David Robinson. So I'll do a little bit of research right here. Let's see. Spurs all-time record, including the playoffs. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I could be wrong. Let's see. If they're on 1996, that's actually insane. Yeah. Again, another. I never actually looked at their all-time record, including playoffs. Oh, I got a different number. Hold on. You know what? Go back to Basketball Reference. Go back to Basketball Reference for a second. I think you have the ABA team or whatever they were before. It might be whatever they were before. So that when they were the Dallas, whatever that is, the Texas Chaparrals, I think, and the Dallas, I think that's including their records too. The 9 ABA seasons they've had.
Yeah.
I think if you take out their 9 ABA seasons, they're on 18-17 all-time losses. 18-17.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I see that.
And
yeah, they have 366 all-time losses in the ABA.
Their first season is apparently 76. So.
Yep, I see that.
Yeah, so see, that says 24-1, 16-30. That's probably without the playoffs. You had the playoffs, they have 18-17 all-time losses. You have to, I mean, obviously, you have to look at the playoff record since we're talking about the playoffs here. So I'm trying to think if there's any more interesting numbers that I was able to find. The Knicks playoff record. I mean, if they lose one game, they hit that 2-1-5 like San Antonio Spurs. They're on 2-1-4.
And you know what's funny? Wow, I don't wait. Hold on. What the hell? No way.
What?
Hold on. I gotta verify this before I say something. Hold on. So right now the Spurs are 74-26.
Yeah, that's this season. Mm-hmm.
Right? Um. Oh, I get why. So Popovich, yeah. So Popovich, he just retired
Popovich coached like 5 games, and then he gave up to Mitch Johnson
this year.
last year. He coached like last year, like 5 games, and then he just called it quits.
No. He also coached this season. No. Yeah, last year. Actually, you're right about that. Yeah, because Mitch Johnson went 32-45. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're what is he? 107, 100.
Yeah, so he retired.
71.
He retired
right
after
now.
they missed the playoffs. He decided to retire.
I think he got in the first 5 games. And something happened. Like the first 5 games he coached or something like that. I don't think it was the end towards the end. I think it was in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so the Spurs. Okay, I see what I see. I was looking at something else. Yeah, so the Spurs have 106 losses since he retired. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, but the Spurs, if the Spurs win in
71 losses. He has 106 wins and 71 losses.
Yeah, 3 more gets him to 74, the New York Knicks number.
Yep. 3 more, and then that's 70. What's a 75? I don't even know what a 75 would be. Again, that's just
Well, in the final, the 75 is
I don't know
important,
if his
but
name equals 70. Mitch Johnson's name equals 75. I don't really know, but he was Mitch Johnson born in '86. I mean, that's a pretty big year for New York. That was the year that the Mets the Mets won in '86. I think that was against the Red Sox, so that was interesting. But he actually has interesting sinks for Game 5. He turns 2,063 weeks old, which is the 311th prime, which breaks down to 64, which I know is a big number.
you know what it is? Like I don't see like Spike Lee like so like excited like how because he obviously knows if the Knicks are gonna win or not, right? But I just feel like if the Knicks are gonna win, I just feel like he would have been a lot more, flamboyant.
I don't know. I feel like it's that would be too obvious. I feel like if I don't really know what goes on with him as far as Nick propaganda. I don't really know what you would call that, but I think it's good that he hasn't said anything because I feel like it just makes it more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Patrick Ewing sinks.
Yeah, I'm looking at Patrick Ewing because you spoke about 19. Yeah, you spoke about 19. Huh?
Game 1's 303rd day of his age.
Yeah, that 303 it's 1999 is the 303rd prime. And you spoke about how he didn't play in that series, right?
He did not play. Nope. I don't think he played a single game in that series. If you go to his playoffs, I think it'd be like 12 games played or whatever, how many games it was until they got to the finals that year. I don't think he played in the finals. I don't know if he even played in the conference finals. I really don't remember. But I know for a fact he did not play in those finals. So
The last New York championship was '09, right? The Yankees.
the last time a New York team won was the Giants in like 2012. Unless you want to count them as New Jersey. I mean,
No, I think the Giants definitely count as New York. So they played the Patriots. Obviously, the Patriots lost.
mm-hmm. Yep. That was the only part of that Tom Brady 9/11 ritual that seemed to make sense. That the planes, coming from Boston.
Yeah, the Giant planes.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, the Giant buildings. The other team
And
is
that's
the
it.
Jets.
And that happened on 2-5, and that's on 2-5, right?
What was?
That Super Bowl game was on 2-5.
Yeah.
That was the same. And then 5 years later,
He had the 25-point comeback
25. Yep. Yep.
against what was it, Falcons?
And finals equals 25. Finals equals 25.
Yeah, that was the Falcons. They blew a 25-point lead. Oh my God, on 2-5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't make this stuff easy though.
Spurs all-time record on season, including the playoffs. And you notice that the Knicks won 53 games this year, obviously on the 53 games. They got 53 wins this season, 53 years since they last won. I don't know if I should look at it. I don't even know if records this season matters that much on the road and at home, because even though there is something, especially with the Knicks road record this season, including playoffs, is right now 29-20. You figure if they win 3 games, they go 32-20, like 3-2-2. Even, what you should do? If you go to Game 5, June 13th, and you go to San Antonio's founding date on 5-1, look at the synchronicities of that. Look at the synchronicities of 5-1, San Antonio founding date, and July 26th, the date that New York became the 11th state, to those games. It's 3-2-2. Skull and Bones numbers.
Great Popovich retired on the 122nd day of the year.
Yeah, there you go. Isn't that a San Antonio number?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that number's everywhere because they advanced to the finals 122 days after his birthday. The final starts 122 days after the mayor's birthday. Juneteenth equals 122.
Donnie?
No, the San Antonio mayor.
Oh, San Antonio mayor?
She's a woman. And Juneteenth is 122, so there's a lot of 22s in this finals.
That is true. But that's that May 1st that I see on your screen right now. You have the May 1st, 1718. That's when San Antonio was established.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go from that day to their founding date to game 5, it'll be 43 days. And if you put 2027, it's 322 days. And then if you do July 26, 2025, which is the date that New York became the 11th state when they were, when they became into the Union, that's 322 days from 2025, which is 43 days from 2026. So it just seems to be line that. And then if you go back to the last time they played in the finals, they didn't play until June 16th. So those synchronicities were never there in the past. This is the first time this is happening. So, but that was also a different season. It was a lockout season. They played 50 games. They could say that it's the Spurs' 50th season. The first time they played the Knicks, it was a 50-game season. That's definitely a synchronicity you can say, but it doesn't really mean anything.
And you know what? Something that I'm overlooking. How old is Spike Lee right now?
I actually have no idea. How old is he?
He's 69 years old.
Wow. That might be the nail in the coffin, bro. I'm not going to lie.
They're going to win 69 games this season?
When's his birthday, though?
It's on 3/20.
Oh, wow.
just turned 69
Well,
years
and
old.
then there you go. That's 3-2. That's 3-2. March 20th is 3-2 in numerology. He was born 10 days after Osama. The Knicks can pick up their 32nd road win of the season if they end up going 3-0 somehow on the road. They're 29-20 on the road this season, including playoffs. 29-20.
He's 69 years old. The NBA Finals is 69, and the Knicks will win 69 games this season. Whoa.
Yep.
Emergency betting alert.
His birthday is 10 days after Osama's. Like, Osama was born March 10th, 1957. Osama bin Laden. That is crazy.
I want to see you guys in the finals.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. This Knicks stuff is looking really interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Did you ever look at? I don't even know if this even matters in the code, but the old Knicks team was called the Knickerbockers. Is that even is that something that you would code into
Nah, I try not to.
Okay. Because I think there was some there was some interesting numbers with them. If you do you ever look at the last presidential election? Do you look at I think Kamala got 226 electoral votes, and if the Knicks win 4, they get to 226. Knickerbockers equals 312, like Trump's electoral votes. And since it's the 80th season, and the Knicks can win the 80th season a day before his 80th birthday.
So Willis Reed dying at 80 on the 80th day of the year. That was the big clue.
What?
I said Willis Reed dying at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year. That was the big clue this whole time.
That's insane. You know what's another good code you could possibly look at? If you go to Game 5, which I keep talking about, so I might as well just say Knicks win in 5. Go from 9/11 to 9/11/2001 to Game 5. It's like 9,041 days, which is the 11/23rd prime, which breaks down to 188, Bavarian Illuminati 188, and 80 in reduction. So, if you want to go crazy with that, but that's something that I peeped as well. That 188 number, pop it up with the amount of days from 9/11 to Game 5, which is again the 201st, the day leaving 201. Knicks in 5 is plus 1,200. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Spike Lee is a huge part of all this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He is, obviously. He's the biggest Knicks fan.
No, he's a huge part of this. Huge. He's probably as important as the players.
That is true.
I don't think there's any other franchises like that. Would they have a super fan like that, where they're scripting the game around the super fan?
Yeah. I mean, they had that Toronto guy. I forgot his name, but the year that they won, I don't think they scripted around him, but he just so happened to be at every game since the beginning.
Well, I think Drake in the finals. Drake. This reminds me a lot of the Drake stuff they did. Drake was a super fan, and they scripted the finals around.
Finals win before Spike Lee.
Exactly.
That's crazy shit.
But they also mocked him in the World Series.
That is true.
They had the Blue Jays win on his birthday, and then they ended up losing in 7.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, he got mocked.
I noticed a lot of these guys. I mean, a lot of the guys on the Knicks side have these March birthdays. These, obviously the coach Mike Brown. You have Spike Lee. That's when's his birthday? I think he's in August or something like that. But I think doesn't Brunson share a birthday with somebody pretty important? Mohammed bin Salam Al Saad. I think they share the same birthday. August 31st, 1985. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
That's 11 years. That's 11 years.
Now we're trying to. Okay. Damn. This is not easy work, man. I'll tell you that much. But I am about to jump ship and jump on the orange
you're
and
good, bro.
blue.
You're good. I think we cracked it in a way. I think we have both sides here. I think the Knicks are honestly the better team in this series and how they've been playing. They've been compared to teams that have won the championship already. This team is being compared to 2001 Lakers. It's being compared to the 2014 Spurs as well as the 2017 Warriors as far as playoff dominance and efficiency. I have to not knock that information. Like as a decoder, I still have to look at that information.
You know,
like,
June
right.
June 16th. That's the anniversary of the NBA Finals start date. Of the 1999 NBA's final start date.
It's also the 11-year anniversary of Trump announcing his election, running for the election in 2015.
Yeah, the 167th day of the year, the 39th prime number, and 88 days after Spike Lee's birthday, and when Madison Square Garden is 88. Is that a Knicks home game?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Oh my God! If they win in 6, oh my gosh!
The city's
I'm gonna have to travel out of the city, man.
The city's literally going to be shut down if it goes to 6. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense that they went on that Saturday and just, you know what I mean?
But even though the parade will be crazy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anything that has to do with the Knicks even winning that championship would be crazy. It doesn't matter where they.
Yeah, it don't even matter if
as
we're.
far as what I remember in history, as far as when teams go on long playoff droughts and not win, they always win on the road. Like I said, 2004 Red Sox, 2016 Cubs, 2016 Cavs, 2015 Warriors, so on and so forth.
He was born in 57.
What happened?
Oh no, Spike Lee was born in 57. NBA Finals is 57. The NBA Finals is 69.
Bin Laden was born in 57. Bin Laden was born, like I said, Bin Laden was born 10 days before.
Was it a spread of 11 days? Let's see, Osama.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a span of 11 days.
Yep.
No, they have the same exact birthday.
No, that was March 10th. And there's another 2-5 right there. The day he died is another.
Oh yeah, I'm bugging. So they was born 11 days apart. A span of 11 days apart.
Yep. And you saw how he died on May 2nd, and then you had the last time the Giants won, which was on February 5th. That's just the mirrors right there. You know?
That's wicked. That was wicked. Osama and Spike Lee born a span of 11 days apart. And now they're doing this 9/11 tribute where they got number 11 going against number 1, the New York number. And the last time the Knicks played the Spurs, it was against the Twin Towers. Now it's all. I knew it was a 9/11 riddle in there somewhere. I was on the wrong side. I thought it was gonna Oklahoma. I thought it was gonna be with in connection to the Oklahoma City bombing. But I see what they're doing, and they're definitely putting a 9/11 riddle in there.
Well, the Bushes had a strong connection to Texas anyway. And just like the best product in Texas right now.
That too, and the 119th World Series was a tribute to that too.
Of course, yep, absolutely, 100%. I forgot that the Rangers made it to back-to-back World Series in the early 2010s. I can't believe they didn't win. That's insane. But they always had the Cardinals winning 5 years after 9/11. It was like 5 years after 9/11 the Cardinals won, then another 5 years after that the Cardinals won. So it was like 5 and 10. I don't know why they chose the Cardinals to do that, but they just did. But yeah, man. I mean, 100 Bush's birthday. I don't even know if that even matters though. You have the Spike Lee code. You have
everything matters, man. The more, the better.
That is true, but again, this guy has the same birthday as the same birthday year as Trump. You know, so
the finals is 33 days before George Bush's birthday. How about that?
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's when it begins, but when could it end? You know, when could it end? If we're talking June 13th, if we're talking June 13th would be that 20 is a big death number.
Yeah.
And it's not as like this one is not as easy as the Carolina the hockey stuff with Greg Biffle and the Karl.
No, that's how I was saying that yesterday. Like, not every series is gonna be as clear. Like, I remember we nailed the Panthers winning back-to-back championships, and it was synced up with the head coach both years.
Oh yeah, and the freaking Back to the Future, the two Panthers back to back on the clock.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes it's easy. You can see it right away. I think the first year the Panthers won, the head coach picked up his 70th postseason win, and then the following year the Panthers picked up their 70th postseason win as a franchise against the same team, the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, okay, it's straightforward. You don't have to do a lot of research. It's real easy. It's in your face. But then there's years like this year where it's like, okay, so are they gonna have the Knicks pick up their 69th win, or are they gonna have the Spurs pick up their 78th win? You know, those are big numbers with New York, big numbers with the NBA Finals. So they got numbers on both sides to confuse everybody and make the work look bad. Because if everybody, some half of the community is gonna be on one side, the other half is gonna be on the other side. So half of the community is gonna be wrong, and half of the community is gonna be right, and this is how Vegas wins because
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
I just know that 1973 code would bother me if I saw that and then I said, let me fade that for the road games, and then the Knicks end up winning those road games. I'd be like, oh my god. I feel like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you have a code where you're like, you know, if I fade that, am I gonna regret that later? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then 6 makes sense because that gets them to 33 losses for the season. The year that they win, they finally win the NBA championship. New York is 33, of course.
Yeah.
So they might win in New York City, and it might be pandemonium.
I just can't see it. I don't know why I can't see them winning in New York. I feel like they would just... I don't know. I just can't see them winning in New York. I don't even know if they won in New York in 73. Did they even win in New York in 73? Or was it on the road?
It was definitely on the road.
Because I know in 99, it was probably in San Antonio.
And then the caller, shout out to the person that made the observation that the Knicks won 53 games this season, and it was the 3rd seed, and now they can win their 3rd championship 53 years later. So I think that person also was on track.
That's why I think they could do it on a Saturday, which has that 53 connection, and they get that 69 win on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be Game 5. I don't know. I can't imagine it going 7. I don't know. I really... Either way, I think the Knicks win the championship, regardless of how many games it takes. But as far as where they do it, something tells me they don't do it in New York. They just do it in San Antonio. So...
And also, don't they have an Arabic mayor right now? Where's
Mamdani?
Where's he from?
Where's Mamdani from? That's a good question. I have no idea.
I think he's like
Arab. Distributed him. I know the Knicks distributed him in the day after he got elected. They had the score was insane. It was like exactly his name in gematria, and then the other team had like the day that he got elected.
Oh, he's from Uganda.
Okay.
Something tells me this guy's Arabic though. He just looks Arabic to me.
He's the 112th mayor. Wow.
Yeah, he was actually the 111th, and then they changed it.
Really?
Yeah, he was actually the 111th. Yeah.
You already know what the next number is going to be. I wonder what that's going to be. If we even get to it.
Wow.
He has the 137, I think, in gematria.
Yeah, I totally overlooked Spike Lee's age. It was staring me in the face all the whole time. I'm like, what am I overlooking with Spike Lee?
Wow. The final starts 137 days. His name
Yeah, I know. I said this yesterday.
That's crazy shit.
Championship does equal 131. Let's go back to the NBA.
I don't think there's enough time. Is there enough time?
6-9.
No, that'd be like Game 3.
A sweep? I don't know about the sweep. Because a sweep would be a span of 131 days.
Well, the 127's big. If it was Game 5, the 127.
Ooh. And the day, that's the day you said, right? On the road, on the day leaving 201 days left in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. There's a lot of good possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much possibilities at this point. I mean, obviously the lucrative money is if you can get the series right. You know how many games it's going to be and all that. But again, if you just know who's going to win the finals, just
No, even that, it's a good payout because the Knicks are at plus 166. Not bad, not bad odds.
well, you know what they did last year. Obviously, we knew that the Pacers were huge underdogs, so they energy harvested and made it go 7. You know, with this one, it seems like since it's a tighter, you know, as far as distribution of how much the money line is, it'll probably be a quicker series. I can't imagine it being again like longer than 6 games.
And then you also got the Jay-Z concert. Let me just take a look at see if anything pops up with that. Because Jay-Z hasn't
Which one was
performed.
this?
He hasn't performed in
2026?
years, and all of a sudden
Dude,
he
I
has a
went to the one
concert.
in 2013. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he has a concert at Yankee Stadium, and he could possibly be there right after the Knicks win the championship. So I potentially win the championship.
Do
Obviously.
you remember the post that Instagram did, probably October, where it was like soaking it all in? It was like the champion. It was like the trophy on top of like the rock or something like that, Rockefeller Center. Do you know when that post was?
No.
It was like October, I think. Like the NBA posted like the Larry O'Brien in New York of the skyline, and it said "soaking in the views" or something like that, and it was like October. Is there maybe like a date span that correlates with that? It had to be on top of the Rock or on top of the Empire State Building. It was like a picture of the skyline. It was from October. Is that it? 30 Rock. Was that it? It had to be from like. Of course, it doesn't come up. Of course, it's obviously a delay, but it was something like that. It was.
I have a video. I'm playing the video. Let's see if this is it right here.
It was like early October. I don't think that's it. It was like a post from early October. Let me see. Unless I'm bugging out. Hold on a second. I don't know if I'm able to find that. It's just like how do I even find that without you know how much that.
Are you talking about this photograph right here?
Which one? Hold on. It's a little delayed.
Okay.
I think it's something like that. Yeah. But it was a picture that they posted. I think it's that one right there. It says 6 days ago. That says 6 days ago, but it must have been a lot older than that because I could, unless someone photoshopped it. Again, you can't. The one next to that. Who posted that? See, look, that's just a
27 years in the making.
But where's that photo? Where is that photo of Larry O'Brien in that post? It wasn't even there.
It wasn't even there.
That photo? Okay, if you scroll down, it's got to be like related photo. That photo is what I remember from seeing. The Larry O'Brien trophy in New York, way before the finals. I mean, like it was like early October of 2025. From what I remember, unless that photo was altered or whatever. Oh man, I could have swore I saw that somewhere, and now I feel like I'm losing my mind because again, you clicked on it and then it just shows the pictures of the Knicks with the Eastern Conference Finals. You'd have to like, oh man, I don't know, but it's basically that photo. Actually, it is that photo, the one where it's facing the. That wasn't it. It was the one we saw before on top of the rock. That one. Yeah, it was basically that one. But it said soaking in the views, something like that. It was from October of 2025, and I was trying to find it, but it seems like it's impossible right now.
Yeah, they
Again,
have
I
it, but
could
they don't
be.
have the post, the actual post.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say that'd be Larry O'Brien, Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, but you gotta love how they do it though. You see how they got this guy synced up with Tim Duncan. So
Mm-hmm.
to make it seem like he's gonna follow the same path to his road to the same path to his first ring like Tim Duncan did at the age of 22. But then they have this hidden gem with Spike Lee being 69 years old and the Knicks potentially picking up their 69th win to win the
It is
NBA
insane.
championship.
Oh, I found it. I found it. I found it. If you went on that Facebook post, that one of those Facebook posts, from the Larry O'Brien Trophy official account, the first one, all the way to the left, and you click on the Facebook page, and you scroll down to October 16th, 2015. That's
Okay,
what it
so
was.
hold on.
You got to go on the one all the way to the left, the one all the way to the left.
The one that says
next to
30
Dirk.
Rock?
Next to Dirk.
Yeah, 30 Rock, right?
Next to Dirk. Yeah, that one. Yep. And then you click on their Facebook page and you scroll down. It was October 16th, 2025, and it says the NBA on NBC and Peacock takes over NYC, and it's the Larry O'Brien. It's not even that far. You got to scroll because they didn't really post that much. There it is, October 16th, 2025. I mean, that's insane. I know it's to promote, but again,
Yeah, you don't really see them doing that with any other city though.
yeah, hindsight 2020. But in a way, I mean, can we use this information now to figure out if there's any date syncs with that or anything?
Well, we still haven't not officially, but I think we've gotten very close to figuring out who's gonna win the finals.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hold on. One second. Yeah, I think that was also before the season. That's funny. Damn, I wish I would have saw this shit earlier, man.
The gematria of 30 rock, like if you spell out 30 and then rock, it's 57. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I wish man. I really wish we would have saw this shit before, man. 'Cause this stuff is all. That's why I'll keep saying this shit in my videos. Like, once we get it right, it's gonna everything is gonna make sense. It's like it's not gonna be any doubts.
Yeah.
I do think this is the right one, to be honest. The Knicks might win their first championship in 27 years. Richard was also 27, while Spike Lee is 69 years old. Spike Lee was 42 when they first lost it. So, Wembanyama might not follow Tim Duncan's path at all. So, the only challenging part is the date. I mean, it could finish in 7. The Knicks could win in 7. You know why
Yeah.
7-7 is also interesting because Game 7, the public is gonna slam the Spurs because the Spurs will be at home.
That is true.
So if the Knicks win in 7, that's also very possible.
But I'm also thinking about like just having like what I've been watching. I know it's all bullshit and it's magnets and shit, but what I've been watching is pure domination by the New York Knicks throughout these playoffs. I know they're not playing the. I mean, you could say they're not playing the greatest teams. Again, they're all acting. So at the end of the day, I really, at the same time, they are dominating. Though they are making the right plays. It seems like they're playing good defense. And I've watched one of the games that the Spurs played in New York. It was like they were coming in on an 11 win streak, and I was like, well, obviously the Spurs are going to lose and end their 11th win streak in the 11th state. So the Knicks were like the only team to stop them when they were on that little run that they went on after the All-Star break. So even the game that the Knicks lost in San Antonio, they lost by like a point or something like that, and they were without Bridges or Nobi or something like that. It's just like I don't know. From what I've been watching, I don't think the Spurs really. I don't think they win the series outright. I don't even think it goes 7. The odds are too. They're too close to each other to go 7. The Thunder were minus 600 or something like that to win the finals last year, and when the finals started, and they went 7. That was a big energy harvest because again, Pacers were big underdogs throughout the whole run. So it's only right.
They're saying that Willis Reed was the greatest.
George Foreman died this March 21st as well. Same place.
They're calling Willis Reed the greatest Knick ever.
That's wild.
His name is 63. Like out of final sauce on 6'3". That's funny. Yeah, this was all Willis Reed. I overlooked this. I saw this, but I overlooked it because there was so many other things on the table. But yeah, I get it. He died at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year, and now his team can win a championship.
His name equals 144, right? Is that what it said?
Yeah, like Judge Order, yeah.
The Spurs are on 143 all-time home wins in the playoffs. That's why I was thinking that. They could actually pick up that 144. I mean, I don't know which side they're going to do it, but again, that 1973 is the reason why I'm on the Knicks to not even lose on the road this finals.
He also died on 21-3, the NBA Finals number.
21-3?
Died in Texas,
too. 2023, 2-2-3.
He died in Texas. Houston, Texas.
He was born the same day Michael Jackson died, like on the anniversary of Michael Jackson. Is it 25th? Michael Jackson died on the 25th? June 25th?
I think it was the 19th, but I'll take a look. I think it was the 25th. Yeah, it was 25. Yep. Willis Reed, the greatest Knick ever.
Wow.
Number 19.
Do you think that if the Knicks were to win this championship, you think Cat would be the MVP of that finals run? Having to guard Wemby?
Yeah, the thing is, they don't really give it to players that everybody's gonna vote on. So people like Brunson and Cat, I'll leave them out. But it'll probably. Does any of those? I gotta look at the roster. Does any of them have the 80 connection?
As far as players' names have
the names.
that's actually that's a good observation.
Yeah. You just decode each of the starters' names and see if anybody has this 80 connection. That's probably who end up getting the MVP.
Name, or am I just gonna go like?
No, the full name. The full name. I prefer the full name.
Oh, by the way, Karl Anthony Towns equals 230, and that post would be that post is 230 days. The one that we saw was 230 days from Game 1 with the 30 Rock. But
yeah, he won the Knicks their first championship. This Willis Reed guy.
What do you think about I was also thinking about the Dante DiVincenzo sacrifice that they did. They had to include another 0 to their Achilles, and of course they chose the Villanova guy.
They won the championship on May 8th with 113 points. They won in New York City. Walt Frazier had 36 points. How old is Walt Frazier now?
Wait, this was what year is this? This is 70. Oh,
1970.
that was the first one. Okay. Carl Anthony Towns Jr. has the 258, the 78, and the 102, and the two. I think you saw 228 somewhere. I don't know if that was from. I don't know if that was Mom Donnie or if that was Spike Lee. There was like a 228 somewhere. That his full name has the reverse of 228 as far as Carl Anthony Towns goes, and then as far as like someone like Brunson. Jalen Brunson's full name is Marquise.
Yeah, Game 6 will be on the 80th day of his age. Mr.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Will Frazier.
Jalen Marquise Brunson has the 81, the 243. That's big Kobe numbers. 117 and 270. 27. These numbers could be used for birthdays fans as far as if they were to win those MVPs.
Just what I recommend is you look at last year's MVP and you look at decode his name in the span of days from his birthday, and try to do that for the last 5 years to see if you recognize any pattern with the MVP and the span of days from their birthdays and their name gematria and comparison to the year of the season. That's something I haven't done, but that's something you could do if you really want to solve who's going to win the MVP this year. I don't think it's going to be any of the favorites though. It could be. They could give it to Karl Towns. I think he has the most sacrifices out of all the players on that roster.
And he also has to guard freaking Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, and he's the star player really. He's really the go-to man.
As far as storyline goes, because that's how the NBA operates. They operate on storylines. Him coming to New York and transforming. They would say all this bullshit.
And you know what? Something. Go ahead. My fault. I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead. Finish it.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, like, and maybe if you want to talk about like a dark horse pick, you could say someone like OG.
I remember this was back in January. I found this, but I definitely didn't think about. I didn't think of anything of it. I think the last 5 players that has left the Minnesota Timberwolves has won the championship.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love, yep.
I gotta look up what post that was, but Karl Towns can be.
They do it in their first or second year.
Yeah, I saw that post I saw that post in January.
Wiggins?
Yeah, exactly. Wiggins. It was 5 of them. No. I think Karl Towns can become the 5th one.
No, and notice the K's. Notice the K's as again.
Players who leave.
Probably a fucked up joke to the KKK. Kevin Love, Kevin Garnett, and now Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, the NBA loves to do their jokes, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That actually.
I think it's 4 of them. He'll be the 5th one. No. 7 of them. No, several, not 7.
I don't think Mike Conley won. Wait.
Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell. He went on the Pistons? What team was he on?
Boston Celtics.
He was a great player, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't on the caliber of KG and K Love.
But he still fits his narrative that players who leave Minnesota, they win a championship.
And it seems like they do it in the first 2 to 3 years. Even the first year, I mean, Cat is in his second year in New York.
Yep, he might be. I saw. You know what's funny? I saw this back in January, and I was like, I'm not gonna pick the Knicks again because I have a habit of picking the Knicks to win the finals every year. Not because I'm a fan of them, but it just I just know that this team, the fact that they all went to Villanova and we having a Villanova Pope, I just know that eventually they're going to have this team win in connection to the Pope. I just don't know what year they're going to do it. This might be the year, though.
I just coded Anunoby's full name, and he has the 213. So you said that was a big finals number?
Say it again.
OG Anunoby's full name, including the junior and his actual, obviously his name's not OG. In reverse, it equals 213. And you told me that was a big finals number.
Yeah. The NBA Finals was 213. Yeah, he might. Yeah, somebody like him probably get it. Somebody who comes big in the clutch. Yeah, it'll be somebody that nobody's betting on. But yeah, Kevin Garnett traded from the Boston Celtics to traded in 07 to the Boston Celtics. He won the championship in 08. Kevin Love traded to the Cavaliers in 2014, and then 2 years later he won the championship with the Cavs. Andrew Wiggins traded to the Warriors in 2020, and in 2022 he wins the NBA Finals. Sam Cassell left Minnesota in 05, and in 08 he won the finals with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce in them.
I can literally see that being a post that they make. All those big.
Exactly.
Like, look at this.
Exactly.
You know,
And what's
like,
funny
oh
is
my God, what a coincidence.
nobody's really talking about this because this is something that they brung up in the beginning of the season. I think they was trying to hint at Karl Towns becoming the fifth one to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like a viral story like how now the Karl Towns T-shirt is viral. Him wearing the NBA Finals T-shirt to the first preseason game with the Knicks. They make stuff viral that nobody was even thinking about looking into. It was like, but they have it in the stash, ready to mock people with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but I think Karl Towns he's gonna become number 5 though. That's why his mother had to go on April 13th. That's why his mother had to go on April 13th, 2020.
Here's an interesting one. If it's somehow Josh Hart, if the Knicks do win in 5, it'll be 99 days after his birthday. Josh Hart equals 99.
I wonder if these people ever watch my channel because I'll be saying a lot of fucked up shit about them. They deserve it. It's like you sacrificed your mom for an NBA championship, brother. Like, what the fuck was you thinking? Is that ring really that necessary? You don't want your mother to see it? Bam Adebayo sacrificing his grandmother and then scoring 83 on her birthday.
Yeah, I mean, even with Stephen Castle and Wemby with their grandmas right before the Cup game and then right during the playoffs.
How can you even play? And yeah, this guy, one of his family members dies, and then he's still playing against the Thunder. He's like no emotion.
Absolutely slandered on Twitter for posting about with Stephen Castle and also the Claude Lemieux stuff with the Canadians. Like, people were just like, I'm just like, guys, just wake up. I mean, this is like literally the Roman Coliseum in modern times. I mean, this is what it is.
They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. Yes, let me ask you something because I was telling my friend about Karl Towns' T-shirt. He was like, that's something that anybody can buy. There's nothing suspect about that. What do you think about that? Like, why people can't like?
I'm looking at the T-shirt. Which T-shirt is it?
Okay, let me go back up. This one right here. This is what he wore to his first NBA preseason game when he got right after he got traded from the Timberwolves.
Oh, that one. Oh.
He's saying that this is a coincidence that this is just a T-shirt that anybody can buy.
I'll be honest, I do know a couple people that actually make shirts like that. I actually have a pretty dope, I forgot who he was, but those shirts, I think you could buy those shirts, but again, for him to wear it on that day, his first ever game, is what you're saying, that's definitely that's insane. He definitely knew what was happening.
But what I'm saying is,
this type of stuff that we have to capitalize.
His first NBA championship didn't come against any other team but that same Spurs team.
Can you say that again?
So this not only was this his first NBA game with the Knicks, but now in his first NBA Finals is against the same team.
Yeah.
That the Knicks played in 1999.
No, absolutely. I mean, this is probably one of those pay attention things. I mean, it's so hard though. Even back in 2024, to think that the Knicks would play the Spurs out of all teams, even though the Spurs were had Wemby, there was. And another thing is, you got to remember the Spurs were plus 6,600 to win the championship.
No, I know. I said that in the beginning of the video. I'm like, if we was to find all these clothes in the beginning of the season, no, even if we would have caught that, right now the cash out would have been unbelievable.
Oh yeah, the Spurs plus 6,600 to win the finals.
Yeah, the cash out right now would have been.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, you could have just cashed out right now and hedged. You could have hedged your bet with the Knicks.
Oh, 100%. The Knicks were plus 900 and the Spurs were plus 6,600.
But you see how all of these clues, they are all out there for us. But for some reason, we are not coming together and gathering these clues when it's important to do it. So, like in the beginning of the season, like right now, right after these playoffs concludes, we should all be researching and trying to figure out the World Series because there's a bunch of clues already out there on who's gonna win this year's World Series.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, another thing that I noticed that there was when the NHL schedule drops and the NBA, but most depending on what it is, if you go back to the World Series, there was a game where there was only obviously the World Series happening, but there was only one hockey game scheduled for the day, and it was the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Toronto Maple Leafs the same day the Blue Jays were playing the Dodgers. So I ended up doing that type of doing a code for that, and it was the Blue Jackets and the Blue Jays as the parlay for that day, and they ended up hitting. So that's another thing. Is like, why is it usually when there's like one game on in a 30-team sport, it usually means something big. So that was another thing that I realized. I was like, if I had looked at that prior, I probably would have been able to connect the dots. Even though we already knew Blue Jays equals 121 and they were going to be in the World Series. This year we have to see what all the Brave stuff going on with the sacrifice with Bobby Cox and Ted Turner and somebody else. One of the other coaches I believe passed away or players. I mean, it looks like the Braves have all these sacrifices like they did with Hank Aaron the year that they ended up winning the championship last time. So the Braves might be one of those teams that make it.
Yeah, they had a sacrifice this year. Somebody died
They
from
had three.
three.
Yeah, three already. It's
Yeah.
like we're not even at the All-Star break yet.
Yeah, this Willis Reed, I'm just fucking cause I did a decode on Willis Reed. I was like,
it's right there, man. I think it's just right there.
yeah, I think there's nothing. Yeah, I think we are overlooking it. I think it's just overthinking it. Yeah.
And he's the freaking orange man.
Yeah, he's the best Nick ever. Literally the best Nick ever died at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year, and the Knicks win the championship to close out the 80th NBA season in tribute to Willis Reed. Yes.
Yeah.
While Spike Lee is 69 years old. Yep. I don't think there's much else that we need to even like ponder about.
I know people are on the Spurs, taking down the champs, but I mean, were the Thunder that good of a product? I don't even think they're that good of a product.
Yeah, even if I'm wrong,
the Pacers at minus 600 odds.
Even if you're wrong, I don't mind this. This is unbelievable decode. I don't mind it if it's wrong. This is what makes the most sense to me. I think the Knicks are gonna win.
Makes sense at this point, man. I 100% agree with you. History doesn't have to repeat itself, but it can rhyme.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And the clincher, the real clincher is Spike Lee's age to me, and the Knicks picking up their 69th win. That is nail in the coffin.
Yeah. I think what are they, plus 170 to win it all? I love it.
And then they could win. They could possibly win 91 days after his birthday in Game 7. That's also a possibility on Juneteenth. The Spurs can end their season. Juneteenth equals San Antonio. But I don't know. The day. I don't think the day matters. Obviously we'll do one game at a time, but we can still make some good money off this series because right now the Knicks are plus 166 to win the series. And it's still early. It's still 2 days before the game. Before game 1, so we still have time to do some more digging. I don't think it's necessary though. I think we got it.
Yeah, I definitely think we got it.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Vegas might clean house here and have the Knicks really close this out pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, it might. Yeah, they might just not have the. You imagine they sweep
I wish I could.
because they win in 5. The Spurs won in 5, right? So this will be the ultimate revenge.
Yeah, exactly. And I wish I could show you that picture that they were comparing the Knicks' efficiency and offense to exactly teams that have won in 5. They were literally, I have it, so I don't know where it was, but they were compared to 3 teams, and it was all teams that won in 5. And it was the most dominant teams, the 0-1 Lakers, the 2017 Warriors, and then the 2014 Spurs.
Okay, now I lost the link. I lost the link to the trophies video that you were showing me.
A Facebook post, but it was from what was it, October 16th, something like that.
I think I got it. I think it's this. Oh no, is it this one? No, this is not this.
One of the Facebook posts.
I'll find it.
It's on Larry O'Brien's Facebook page.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I got the link. Okay. All right, I just want to put these links in it so people can view this stuff on their own spare time. Um. Yeah. Hmm.
The Spurs were plus 6,600 to win the champ. The I mean, again, that is pretty insane. I didn't expect them to not be. I expected them to be good this season. Obviously, they made it to the finals, but I didn't expect them to be plus 6,600 preseason to win the championship. That's were they like speculating about Wemby's health or something like that? Like, why were they plus 6,600? The Cavs, fraudulent franchises, had better odds this season. Fraudulent franchises. That's insane. I mean, that's insane. I still can't believe that.
Oh my gosh, Willis Reed is 53.
Willis Reed is 53 in Gematria?
Yeah,
There you go.
53 years since they won the last championship. No,
If,
yeah.
and if they're scripting these games with Gematria, which we know they are, then there it is. There it is. So.
Fuck. This is why I keep preaching. People are like, why are you defending Gematria? This is why you defend Gematria, because it helps you see, even if you get it wrong one day, it'll help you see the totality of the ritual. If you do the proper research, you're gonna see everything. If you don't do the proper research, you're gonna miss, like we did.
I got into the stream late, but were you on the Spurs or were you on the Knicks?
Oh, yesterday I did a live stream, and out of all the stuff we found, we was on the Spurs. We were like, if they truly have 1,996 all-time losses, including the playoffs, then it looks really good for them to win in 7.
Okay.
But then I this morning I started, just reviewing everything and proofreading everything, making sure that everything was on point. And I couldn't find a reliable source that shows the Spurs all-time record, including the postseason. I don't think Basketball Reference is including the postseason records, so I don't think that post is relevant because it doesn't add. It doesn't have their postseason record.
I think they're including their ABA record too. It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell.
That's why they won 53 games.
Sit there and you'd have to go in and add up.
Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it manually. That's why I definitely don't think that's including the postseason. I do think that's just regular season and ABA.
Well, I think the easiest thing to do is look at someone like the Knicks and see what their record is, because they've always been the same team and they never actually changed. So look at their record all the time, and then see if it matches into other sources. And if that's the case, then obviously you can see that the Spurs are probably being pulled from their old days as a Dallas team, and they're adding those numbers into the Spurs.
Look at this. The 1973 Knicks team was a who's who of all time greats, featuring 5 members of the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Dave DeBusschere, I don't know if you say that, Walt Frazier, Jerry Lucas, Earl Monroe, and Willis Reed. They're paying tribute to Willis Reed, who died at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year, and he won the championship in 1973, and now 53 years later, the Knicks are going to win another championship when the name Willis Reed equals 53. That is the script, this guy. That's the script for the season, you guys. The end.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Now
we got it. We got it right this time.
Let's watch the circus now.
Yep, that's the script.
That's what it is.
I was telling you guys this in multiple streams already. When we get the script right, everything will make absolute sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not about this season is not about aliens. All right, like I was trying to tell people, this is not about the Golden Gate Bridge. All right, this is about Willis Reed, who died at the age of 80.
Yeah.
And I for some reason I just overlooked this for some reason, even though it was fucking staring me in the face.
And Mike Brown's birthday, 3-5, 5'3". There's another thing. He comes in.
You gotta love how they do it though. This reminds me of what they did with You just mentioned the guy from the Braves. What's his name? From the Braves when they won the World Series.
Cox?
No. When the Braves won the World Series against the Cubs.
Oh, are we talking about the
Hank
Braves
Aaron.
one?
Hank Aaron.
Oh, 2021. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, Hank Aaron.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hank Aaron. That's what they did with the same thing they did with Hank Aaron. They're doing it this year with Willis Reed and the Knicks.
yeah.
And his name is 53, like how they're about to win the championship 53 years later.
If you want to laugh at another 2-5, because we've been talking about 2-5, Hank Aaron was born 2-5. And he died on the January 22nd, the 122. So.
Yeah, this is what I've been trying to preach. Community, man. Community. We all work together. These people will have. Oh my gosh, they will have a ball day with us, man.
Yeah. I think we figured this one out, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No. It's done. It's done. This is Willis Reed. This is Willis Reed. 53 years later, it's different. 53 years. Come on. There's nothing else.
New York has gotten shamed in 2014 and 20.
No. This is it. I'm a little shocked that
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked they're not gonna pick up that 78. But you see how they make it tight though. They make it seem like the other team has a possibility and.
Yeah. I think the icing on the cake for me was when I saw the 1973 number on the road record. I said, all right, well, the Knicks didn't have to, they swept everybody after that one loss in Atlanta. They ended up going flawless throughout the rest of that series and throughout the rest of the playoffs. I think it's for a reason. Again, road games are the hardest games, as they say, right? And if you look throughout these playoffs, road teams have been getting home teams have been getting dominated on the road by road teams. I think it was the last couple of series ended you know what I mean? So the Knicks have to basically dominate in San Antonio and win their first game in 5 years in San Antonio.
I'm a little nervous for Walt Frazier now.
I'm nervous for fucking Greg Popovich.
Yeah. He might get it too. But Walt Frazier, man, he played in 666 games. Well, he started in 666 games.
That's actually kind of crazy. There was another Knicks announcer that passed away recently. I think it was what was his name? Walt. Was it Walt or not Walt? Something Al Troutwig.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, this shit is making all the sense right now. The Knicks beat the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain, who they paid tribute to this year with Bam Adebayo.
Oh, someone else I'm thinking about, which is fucked up. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. Is Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson was on that roster?
He was on that Knicks team.
1973, huh? That's okay. I gotta look at Phil Jackson. Yeah, let me just. I'm trying to find a nice little thumbnail because this is the main. I guess the main character you want to say about the finals. Main character is Willis Reed. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Died at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year. Sometimes it's just that in your face,
Yep.
Sometimes it's just that in your face.
Al Troutwig, which is a big New York Knicks commentator, kind of like a post-game analyst kind of guy, like sports commentator. He died in 2025 at 68. And I remember that being pretty big news for the Knicks. When he passed away, the Knicks were talking about that a lot. And he ended up passing away on 2/2/3, and his birthday is on 2/2/6. And if the Knicks win, they'll be on 2/2/6 all-time playoff wins. Which in the year 2026, obviously the numerology of 2026.
Just give me a second.
I think the Knicks there's just so much personality with that team. The NBA is gonna want to promote that team even further than the NBA Cup. It is about product. It is entertainment league, so it is about what the best product is. And even though Wemby is the future, he is the future for a reason. But the Knicks are the best team, and I think the Knicks are the best team in this playoffs as far as basketball.
Okay. Yeah, 53 years later, Willis Reed equals 53. On
I think that should be your top freaking code, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
no, it is.
That should be the
I mean,
top
no,
code.
there are some other things that stand out about this year, like them winning 69 games that's definitely relevant. But this is I put this at the top. Willis Reed dead at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year back in 2024 on 21/3 when the NBA Finals is 213, and now 53 years later after winning the first championship for the Knicks. The Knicks can win the championship 53 years later when Willis Reed equals 53. And of course, Brunson's father played against the Spurs when the Spurs won 27 years ago while Spike Lee was 42 years old. And now Spike Lee is 69 years old. And now the Knicks will win 69 games when the NBA Finals is 69. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if it ends in 7 and 91 days after Spike Lee's birthday when San Antonio Spurs is 91. The guy who was born exactly a span of 11 days after Osama bin Laden. And then Karl Towns will become the 5th player that leaves Minnesota and wins the championship.
And he'll do it in the same amount of, usually around the same span as all other players in their first 2 to 3 years. So it just seems like it makes sense.
Isn't it amazing how people call me an agent? And look at the work that we're putting in here. People calling me an agent. You think agents do this? Agents expose stuff like this?
The people that are agents are the ones that are putting their mega locks and putting
people who are agents are sacrificing their grandmothers and mothers.
Yeah.
When have you ever seen me on the news talking about my mother? My mother died at the age of whatever, 38 or 40 or 86.
Yeah,
No.
I hear you.
If my mother dies, you guys won't even hear about it unless I tell you about it.
Yeah. I think we got it, bro.
Yeah, we're done. I appreciate you, man. You wanna let people know what you have a channel, a blog, or something?
My Twitter is that people have probably seen me because of recent things that have happened on Twitter if they know, but decode numbers.
Decode numbers. I like that.
Decode numbers _ yeah. I was Larry Johnson recently made a post. He basically used my whole work and didn't even credit me about it.
Yeah, he does that to me a lot too. But it doesn't really matter as long as he's doing a lot of work, in favor of the community. So I don't mind him stealing stuff and not giving credit.
A lot of money off the league he's now exposing, but hey, whatever.
That's why I'm always a little fishy about him because of that. But it is what it is. It's never too late to do the right thing. Like Spike Lee said, that's funny. He's doing the right thing, like Spike Lee.
Yeah. The Knicks are gonna win this. I like their odds. So.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. Take care, man.
All right,
Keep it up.
All right, yesterday we was on the Spurs narrative because we did find some interesting things with the Spurs, but I think this, to be honest with you guys, this is definitely the answer. This is the correct pick. I'll call you back in a second. Let me just write the review. I want to just write the review. So, the New York Knicks. Let me zoom in so everybody at home can see. So this is my final video, and I won't make another video about the NBA Finals until it's over. If I'm wrong about this, it is what it is. I've been wrong before. Again, I don't know. I don't know what. If this is not the script, I'm probably gonna have to retire. All right, that's how confident I am about this pick. If the Knicks are not winning the championship this year, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break because I don't know how they don't go with this. The New York Knicks can pay tribute. This is the main thing. It's not about aliens. Pay tribute to Willis Reed, who died on March 21st, 2023. At the age of 80, on the 80th day of the year, the New York Knicks can pay tribute to Willis Reed in the 80th NBA season. Reed. No. The New York Knicks can pay tribute to Willis Reed, to legendary Knicks. What was it? What was he, a forward? Knicks center. The New York Knicks can pay tribute to legendary center. I don't like how I'm wording this. New York Knicks can pay tribute to legendary to. I'm gonna take off the legendary to Willis Reed during can win championship in tribute to can win the championship in tribute to Willis Reed during the 80th NBA season. Period. Reed died on March 21st, 2023 at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year. This season marks 53 years since the 1990-73 NBA Finals, where the New York Knicks defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in 5 games. Of course, the name Willis Reed equates to 53. Also, Spike Lee, who is considered the biggest Knicks fan ever, is currently 69 years old, and the New York Knicks can conclude this season by winning a total of 69 games. Don't forget, the NBA Finals equals 69. In addition, Karl Towns will become the fifth player to leave Minnesota after playing for the Timberwolves and eventually win an NBA title. See above for reference. Okay, I don't think I need to add anything else. I think this is it right here. So what we do is we copy and paste this, and we go to ChatGPT just to make sure, I'm not misspelling anything and proper grammar. Rewrite this and make any corrections to the spelling and grammar. Okay, so here it is. So, the New York Knicks can win the championship as a tribute to Willis Reed during the NBA's 80th season. Reed passed away on March 21st, 2023 at the age of 80, on the 80th day of the year. This season also marks 53 years since the 1973 NBA Finals, when the New York Knicks defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in 5 games to capture the championship. In gematria, the name Willis Reed equals 53. Additionally, Spike Lee, widely regarded as the Knicks' most famous and devoted fan, is currently 69 years old. The Knicks can finish the season with a total of 69 wins, including both the regular season and playoffs. Notably, the NBA Finals equals 69 in gematria as well. Furthermore, Karl Anthony Towns could become the 5th player in NBA history to leave the Minnesota Timberwolves and later win an NBA championship. See the information above for reference. Yeah, ChatGPT did a way better job. Okay, you guys, that is the script for this year. Good luck. You don't have to trust me, like I always say. But I think this is what the NBA season is all about. All right? I'll take some calls. I see somebody keeps calling in. But yeah, this is the script right here, you guys. I mean, according to me. You don't have to believe me. I don't know why my phone is acting up today. Hello?
Hey, this is Vince.
What's going on, Vince?
Hey, you're still on, right?
Yes.
All right, check it out. So, I started playing around with the stuff today, too. And you know what? I was going to call you before you, when you told me you were going online or up stream of 30 minutes. I was trying to call you to let you know that, yeah, dude, I got Knicks, too. Because, you know that Jalen Brunson's father's still alive, and he's the assistant coach. And I think your last callers, or one of your last callers or so, said that he was dead at 57. Nah, he's 53. His birthday is after the 13th of June, and he'll be 54. And, pull it up. Rick Brunson equals 54. Just like Kobe Bean Bryant. You know, it's still always around Bryant. Jalen Brunson, when he was a young kid, he met Kobe Bryant. I sent you a video. And he's got that. They were saying that he's got the mama mentality. So they call it mental toughness. And those numbers are 193, 58, 212, and 77. Well, 193 is, 44. And there's a lot of that number 44 when it comes to championship games. Just like you said, Willis Reed, everything is going around him because he was 53. Father and son is 53. What else? And I was just looking at the number, like the game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, and game 6. And you got game 3 is 44. That really doesn't say too much. There's like game 1 is 33 and 30. Game 2 is 30 and 33. 4 and 5 are 41 and 40. They do have their 68s and 86s. Let me see, what was it? And then tip-off. You guys were looking at that Larry O'Brien on that rock or whatever in New York? Mm-hmm. Well, you know how before, how when they were showing all those balls on the ground in front of that building? Well, the bottom, just before they show those big balls or basketballs, it said tip-off on the ground. Tip-off equals 27. It's like, in other words, like it's a tip-off, like a tip, like a tip that who's going to win. Tip-off equals 72, 36, 90, and 27. Yeah, dude, yeah, if you would have known this probably before, you probably would have gotten it because, yeah, it was crazy that it went from plus 6,000 to hell low. And then also Wednesday equals 100, and 100. Let's see, what is 100? I forget where it is. Oh, shit. Yeah, that kind of messed me up. But, yeah, Wednesday equals 144. So it's a possibility that the Knicks win game one. Yeah, dude, they could do a sweep.
That would be funny because they got embarrassed in 1999 when they lost in 5.
And honestly, I mean, right now I'm looking at because in California it's a little different, but right now if you were like just to bet a small bet, nothing big, freaking I don't know, $10, whatever, $15, $20, you put it on a game 4, a sweep, just game 4 for the Knicks, and it's plus 2,000. I mean, so if they don't get it, all right, you didn't lose a lot. But if they do get it, you're gonna win a lot more than $20. You know what I mean, or $10 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So something like that. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that, and then so like when you remember, how we talked about Game 5, Tupac's birthday. Could be the Spurs to win that game if they don't do a sweep. And then Game 7, if they go Game 7, yeah, there's a possibility that the Knicks take it. And if they win at home, dude, it's going to be pandemonium over there.
Yeah, it's not going to be safe to be in New York City. They're going to be breaking. They're going to be destroying the city. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate for all the local businesses, though.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
53 years. They've been waiting 53 years for this.
Dude,
a lot of us wasn't even alive when they won the championship.
But you know what? If the Knicks win, whether they win in New York or if they win in San Antonio, it's still going to be pandemonium.
Yeah, it's still the parade is going to be unsafe.
Right. So, the other thing I was going to say is I think you're right. Still for next year, I think OKC still takes it because I think because it's all about Kobe Bryant. So we got Shea is a protege, so is Wemby. They're proteges of Kobe Bryant, but rather than give it to OKC 3 in a row, and then people catch on. I mean, I know that I think they like mock us and they tell you in advance who's going to be the winner, but people can't see it. Like we talked about before, people have a spell. I think it's still possible that because it's a Kobe Bryant issue, then you got Wemby, you got Shea, and you got Jalen, who are all like little proteges of Kobe. So now you got, instead of having it 3 in a row, maybe they bypass one of them so people don't catch on. And then they come back, OKC comes back next year to win it. And then you have San Antonio and the Knicks now. But, and it's not just Kobe. It's more. It's more than that. They want to ritualize like many different people. This is not just a Kobe thing. It just happens that Kobe's has a lot to do with it. And then they're gonna do, the rituals with the Twin Towers, and how like 9/11, 2001, 9/11, 2001 to June 3rd, first game, 26 equals 24 years and 8 months. You know, it's still Kobe Bryant. You know, but that's not telling you that the Knicks are going to win or the Spurs are going to win. You know, like you say, people have to dig deeper. It's one giant riddle, and you need to collaborate with more people because, you know, unfortunately we do have trolls, and yeah, you do have some smart guys that are still trolls.
Yeah, the person that was just calling me, he brung up some very, very important. That's why I don't understand how people are not more passionate about that, about
like
finding great information. And I mean, I think you will shine more as a viewer than trying to leave some hate in the comment section. Like I don't know.
Can you imagine? Listen to this, Arthur, and everybody listening in on the stream. Can you imagine if everybody on the commentating or that are commentating right now, everybody listening, everybody either calls in and talks about it positive, and everybody makes the same bet. Can you imagine if everybody made the same bet?
Oh no, they will have they will have some bad. It will be bad for the casinos.
Right, it would be bad. Can you imagine if everybody made the same bet? Everybody came out a winner. The casinos from East Coast to West Coast would fold. They would want to shut this stuff down. But you have some of these trolls who want to make the people that are trying to learn, there's deception and you're not always right. But dude, we're not 100%. Like you and I talked one time, and you said we're on the outside of the window looking in, and we can't get in the door. So we don't know what they're saying.
And I honestly think, even though we are not 100%, our percentage will get a lot higher if we have more people with more eyes looking at this stuff.
Right, and obviously the media and like TV, whatever. Obviously, they're aware.
Clearly.
Now they're saying script.
Yeah, Spike Lee is gonna be telling Wemby, "Oh yeah, we want you in the finals."
Right. You know what I mean? And you hear of it now. You hear of it on TV all the time, from football, basketball, baseball, everything. Oh, I followed the script. All of a sudden, the script was part of Gematria, or the Gematrinator. The Gematria community, and now they're using it. Where did they get it from? You know what I mean? So anyway, good work, man, and we'll talk more later.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot. Yeah, man. I don't know. People are more concerned about trolling than doing some research and contributing. Hello? What's going on?
You know what it is?
Yeah, Topsy.
Yeah. All right. So, not on no negative shit or nothing like that. I'm just pointing out what I see. So I don't think that basketball reference that 1,996 losses. I don't think that's accurate.
We threw that out the window. I think that's why yesterday's stream I made that private because I don't want nobody watching that stream and then getting misled. I think what I have on the screen right now is in fact the script before it gets unveiled on June 3rd. So I think this is it right here.
That Willis Reed connection, all of that, him being 80 years old, down on the 8th day of the year, this being the 80th season, 53 years later, Willis Reed was 53, Knicks won 53 games. That makes a lot of sense. And then to add on to that is the fact that the 1999 finals concluded on his birthday.
Wow. See, why we can't get this Topsy out of you all the time?
I mean, bro, I honestly don't feel like I be trolling, bro. Because to me, trolling consists of calling somebody out of their name and
telling people that somebody's Patreon is not profitable and you don't know that for a fact is trolling.
I didn't say your Patreon wasn't profitable. I never said that.
Okay. You said no negative energy. Let's just go back to what you were saying. So 1999 NBA Finals. It concluded on Willis Reed's birthday.
Yeah, he's born June 25th, right?
Yeah. I overlooked. I only looked at his death date. Yeah, June 25th. Okay, that's a good one. Mm.
And then
You see how the right script. I mean the right decode. It brings everything together. Everything just starts to line up.
everything just formulates.
Yeah, everything just falls in line. Yep.
And then if you go to Stat News and you type in,
They won 78. They lost with 78 points. I mean, they won with 78 points.
Yeah. And if you go to Stat News and you type in Spurs all-time games played before June 26, 1999, including playoffs, it'll show 1,999 games. So that means the championship that was won in 1999 was Spurs' 1,999 game. That's why I think the record that Stat News is showing is the right record. Because what are the odds of that being just a coincidence? That the 19,
yeah. So that's what the caller was saying. That the fact that their road record is on 1,973 losses for the Knicks.
Yeah,
and that was the year that the Willis Reed won the championship with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, but that final game of that 1999 finals was Spurs' 1,999th all-time game. If you type in Spurs all-time games played before June 26, 1999, including the playoffs, it'll show you that 1999. And I also think the NBA Cup is a clue too. It was 237 total points scored in that NBA Cup game, and if the Spurs lose in 6, they'll stay on 237 postseason wins.
Hold on, let me just get this screenshot in. I don't want to forget about this.
Yeah.
1973. I don't even think we need, to be honest, we don't need anything else, but the more the better, because there's always going to be some doubters out there. Okay. All right, so just repeat everything to me, because I was a little bit focused on something else. Go ahead.
All right, you good. So go back to Stat News and type in Spurs all-time record before June 26th, 1999, including playoffs. And it's going to show you that
before June?
Before June 26th, 1999, including playoffs. Spurs, not Knicks.
Spurs record before June 26, 1999.
Including playoffs.
901 losses, 1,998 wins.
It's going to be 1,999. Nah, including, I don't think that's right. Spurs record before, Spurs all-time record. Put all-time record. Yeah, it should say 1,000. No, all-time games played. My bad. It's going to show you, not record, all-time games. That's what it is. I'm trying to show you the total games that they played. Spurs all-time games played before June 26, 1999. And it's going to show you 1,999. Yeah, games played before June 26, 1999, including playoffs. And it should say 1,999. And that to me it confirms that their record that basketball records are showing is not right. Because I don't think them playing or concluding the 1999 finals with 1999 games is a coincidence.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Like, no way that's a coincidence. And then the NBA Cup is a clue too, I think, because 237 total points were scored in that game. And if the Spurs lose in 7, they'll be on 237 postseason wins. If they just win 3 games.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm still thinking that 12-16 is a clue, man, because What other reason would they have them play on that day? Like they could have easily went a day ahead of that and had them play on the Punk's birthday, 12/17. But I think they did 12/16 for a reason. And in the finals that they played in 1999, the Knicks only won one game. And if you run the span from that game until June 16th, Game 6, it's going to be the 1216th prime number. So Knicks could end it in 6.
Yes, we were saying 6 makes sense too, but 6 is at the Garden.
6 is at the Garden, right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense, right? For the Knicks to win at home.
Shit, that's gonna be dangerous. I hope Mondani's ready for that.
Yeah. Could you run that span though so you can see it?
So say it again.
It's June 21st, 1999 until June 16th of this year. It's the 1216th round, like how they play in the NBA Cup on 12/16.
So I can't hear you for some reason. So June.
June 21st, 1999. That's the only game the Spurs won in that finals. I mean,
You mean the Knicks?
Yeah, that's the only game that they won.
So from that date to what, Game 6?
Yeah, June 16th.
What are we looking at?
June 16th.
Yeah. Well, what about it?
Now click that number. That span. Click that span.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12/16.
Yeah. The 1216 prime number. And you know they played in the NBA Cup on 12/16.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. And I was like, well, what are the odds of that?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Because what other reason would they have them play on 12/16?
Yeah, that's interesting. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, the rematch of the NBA Cup that was played on 12/16, and now they can win again. I guess
on the 1216 prime.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then what you think about the Spurs? I mean, the Knicks winning the first game, and that would put them on 12 consecutive wins. Because you know the Knicks had a 12-game losing streak, and that could be a foreshadowing of Knicks winning 12 straight postseason wins.
I haven't looked at Game 1. I'll make them 13-2 in the postseason. I think the Spurs are 12-6.
Yeah. Wait, Spurs? Yeah.
Well, they could fall. Yeah, Spurs can fall to 12-7. We know how important that number is. 9-11.
Yeah. And if they only win 2 games, they'll be on 911 Eastern Conference wins. And you know the Mets and the Yankees play on 9/11 this year. You know, considering the history between these two New York teams, they haven't played on that day much. So you know the Knicks are in the finals the same year that the Mets and the Yankees are scheduled to play on 9/11. I think they only played on that day one time, like which is crazy. Like you would have thought they played on that day more than that. They only played on that day one time.
How old was Willis Reed when they won the? Obviously, 1942.
In 73. I think somebody said that was the 53rd NBA season too.
You serious?
Yeah, when the Knicks and the Spurs met in 1999.
Come on, it was 57. Yeah, the NBA Finals is 57. The 1999 NBA Finals was the 53rd NBA season.
Yeah, that's crazy. Cause that's 27 years ago. 27 plus 53 is 80.
Actually, it's the 1998 season. 1998-1999 season. Yeah, that was the 53rd NBA season. Oh, my gosh. You see how everything just lines up, right? It's like,
that's
once we're on the right path, it's like cruise control.
Well, it would be crazy if they just screw all of that shit or just go with
No. Because they can't relive Willis Reed. It's like what they did with Willis Reed, it was sacrifice. So
yeah.
You can't undo that.
It's crazy how everybody everybody already got Wemby as the champ, you know, and that's been like the thing, like this whole playoffs. Most of everybody.
That's why I couldn't find it. I know a lot of people was on the Spurs, but I just when I was doing this research in the beginning of the postseason, I didn't find anything for for the Spurs. I just I was looking and looking. I was like, that's why I was so convinced it wasn't going to be the Spurs in the finals in the first place, because I don't see anything with them even winning. The only thing I see is probably the 78, but that's too basic. They don't really like these rituals are always a lot deeper. As you can see, it's always a lot deeper. There's sacrifices involved. They're paying tribute to history. Like this stuff is way deeper than just a number matching the gematria of a team name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, Tim Duncan won. They got parallels between them two. I don't know if you mentioned that, but they both the teams are identical except the Thunder and the Lakers. When Duncan won it, he went through Blazers, T-Wolves, Lakers, and the Knicks. It's the exact same order and the exact same teams except Thunder and Lakers. They interchange those two.
What about Jacqueline? What about Jacqueline Cruz? How does she, factor in all of this?
Jackson Cruz?
Jacqueline Cruz.
Who is that?
That's Carl Towns' mom.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know much about her. But I do think if somebody wins the NBA Finals MVP, it's got to be one of those three main guys, like Wemby or Cat or Brunson. I don't think they're gonna have a random win. Not the Finals MVP. I can't see them doing that. But I think because they let Brunson win the NBA Cup MVP, then they probably give Cat the Finals MVP. I can see them doing that.
I've seen this number. This 241 number. Do you know anything about this number?
It's a 53rd final.
Yeah. But have you seen it in the playoffs?
Not so far.
Okay, yeah, because I think I saw it earlier in the playoffs. I just don't remember what it was. Somebody's birthday is probably January 24th that I'm not remembering. But anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of 53s. We might see 53 points at halftime at one point in one of these games.
Yeah. And the fact that Knicks won 53 regular season games, I think that's...
Yeah. That's why they did that. They did that to tribute Willis Reed.
Yeah. That's...
Third seed to win.
It's been 53 years like they do, man. Spurs just won in 2014. I feel like, I think Wemby's going to eventually win, but I just feel like it would make a little bit more sense for the Knicks to win, And people already crowning Wemby the champion. He definitely is the face of the league, but I feel like they're going to do like how they did LeBron when he teamed up with Miami, and everybody just knew that Miami was winning in 2011, and then Dirk and them beat them. I feel like it's something like that. Like everybody already crowning the Spurs the champion. So I feel like that's it's bait a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if the Knicks lose the championship, I'm gonna probably call it a day and hang up my jersey because there's too much stuff on the Knicks side.
Yeah, I don't think you should hang it up. I just think you should just understand that this shit. It ain't easy. This shit hard, bro.
It is.
That's why I'll be scared to put my money on it, man, because they can make this shit look so convincing.
They make it look so compelling on one side, and then they smack you in the face with something else, and then you're like, oh my fucking god.
That's why I'll be scared to put my money on it, man. I've been approached a bit lately, like the last year or two. My approach to betting has been like example, if Patrick Mahomes don't throw any touchdowns the first week of the upcoming season, then the following week I'm going to take him to throw at least two, just like law of averages type approach. Like that's I believe in stuff like that. Or let's say Cat is a person who dominates the rebounds. He can easily get you 10. If he was to have a game where he only had like a low amount, like 4 or 5, the next game I'm taking him to get at least 10. That'd be my approach right there, like law of averages. Like it's bound to happen the next time if it doesn't happen this time. Something that typically happens. That's the way I've been approaching it like the last year or two, and it's been working. And like I would love so much to trust codes, man, but I just seen some beautiful ass Picasso ass codes missed, and that's why I just be like, man. I just don't trust it. Like,
yeah, I don't know, but this one, I don't know. This one is, if it's not Picasso, it's definitely Da Vinci, though, man. This one is, oh man. The guy died at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year.
Yeah, It's the 80th season.
And then you pointed out how 1998-99 finals ended on his 57th birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, because I seen it, I peeped it because I had been decoding 1999 finals, so I already knew like the last game was on the 25th. And then when I seen you pull up Willis Reed, I seen his birthday was 6/25. I'm like, damn, that's even more. That's even more that goes with it. It's definitely one of the ones where like, you know, you might have to try it. Like even if you do lose, like there's a lot that's in mix.
Yeah, that's why, you know, sometimes you know, something that would be this good. That this is one of those decodes that I'm like, I'm okay with losing. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, if this doesn't hit, I'm okay with that. Because there is things on the Spurs side. That's why this stuff is hard. The Spurs can definitely win 78 games to close out the NBA Finals. NBA Finals 78, and then Wemby will follow the exact same script that Tim Duncan did in his path to his first championship.
Yeah.
So
and you would feel crazy or dumb if like you seen all this stuff lining for the Knicks and you didn't try it.
Exactly. Because even if the Knicks lose, fine, I'm okay with that. But if they win, it's a big payout because they're the big dogs.
Yeah.
And why not while Spike Lee is 69? Like if they are gonna have the Knicks ever win, it will have to be now while he's 69 years old, the biggest Knicks fan.
Yeah.
While winning 69 games, I mean, come on.
Yeah. And then they got Jay-Z scheduled to play
Yeah, they got Jay-Z at Yankee Stadium. It's gonna be pandemonium. The Knicks just won the championship, and now Jay-Z is at Yankee Stadium. It's gonna be a great time for New York City.
And then both the New York teams playing on 9/11, and they rarely play on that day. They playing this year on 9/11.
Oh, both the Mets and the Yankees.
Yeah, they playing on 9/11, and it's the 156th all-time meeting. 9/11, the 156th time.
Yeah, this is why we know when people was calling into my program telling me about, oh, this is about aliens, this is about Area 51, this is about the Golden Gate Bridge. None of that stuff was making any sense to me. That's why I was getting so fucking frustrated. I'm like, what are you guys seeing that makes you even go that direction? What are they showing you in the NBA that makes you think that this is about some type of, you know, space riddle? This has nothing to do with that. And if it is, point it out. Like, what are you seeing? Now, this Willis Reed stuff is undeniable. Undeniable.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore that. It's giving them vibes like when Bill Russell or the Celtics.
Yeah, exactly. Bill Russell exactly. Bill Russell, and then the Celtics win their 18 championship, winning by 18 points in Game 1 and Game 3 and Game 7, whatever it was, Game 6. And then they went on the area code date, right? 6/17.
Yeah, and then they players' jerseys, right? It was something to do with those players' jerseys. Like
Yeah. They won the players' jersey, and then they won on that date on 6/17/24.
Yeah.
In 5 games, and then Bill Walton was the last one to die, and he won number 5. They won in 5.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I might try moves, man. I might try. I ain't made up my mind yet. I might try them though, or at least try like something higher value, like in 6 to conclude in 6 or 7. But I think that has an even larger payout than taking Knicks to actually really see.
And you know what? 6/25. You imagine that's the date of the parade?
Yeah, right. Willis Reed birthday.
How old would he have been? He's turning. Let's see how old he's turning. 1942.
83.
He died at the age of 80 in 2023.
So before his 81st birthday, and it's 3 years later. So what? 84.
About that, or 83. Let me see.
He was born in 1942, so it should be 84.
His 84th birthday, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that'll be if it does go 7, that'll be a little like 6 days after his birthday. 6 days after winning the championship. I don't think they'll wait that long for the parade though.
What did Knicks do on his death anniversary this year?
On 3/21.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Knicks didn't play.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, but yeah, you probably that's you really don't even have to go no further than what you did though. That's a lot if ever it is, man. It's
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
to,
I think this is it.
it's enough to
It is what it is, man. This is why I get trolled because I'm like, and this is why sometimes I come on here and I'm so confident. And I'm like, oh, this is the type of decode that make me feel that way sometimes, and then it ends up being wrong, and I'm like, oh fuck, how the fuck this was wrong?
And that's what that's what. And after a decade of doing that shit, man, like that's the type of shit that just kill your confidence. For me, anyway, like that's how I'd be like, man, I just don't trust it the way I used to. But I remember like 6 or 7 years ago when it was a lot more consistent than what it is now. And sometimes I'd be thinking like, man, what if Zach just kept this shit to himself, bro? Like how much money he could have made if he just kept.
Nah, if he would have kept it to himself, he would have never learned as much as he knows because the community helped him a lot too. Helped him a lot understand a lot of things too.
Yeah, I believe that.
I think a lot of the things he knows now is it's been the effort of other people who've called in throughout the years.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But I don't think it would be as hard as it is now, though. Like if you could just.
Yeah, but I don't think the work would have been where it's at.
Yeah. Or if he would have just like kept the, or if he would have just like went live on like through Patreon, like do a live.
It would have got out anyway. It would have got out anyway because.
Yeah.
Somebody would have saw his Patreon notes and then.
It definitely don't. It's definitely not or it definitely don't hit like it used to. Like that shit used to be a lot more.
No, like what was it that I was like? You see how they scheduled the NBA Finals baseball with they had the Seattle Mariners and the Mets in there. That stuff like that used to not miss.
Yeah.
But now I think they're scheduling it to just throw people off.
Yeah.
Get people on the wrong path.
I've been paying attention to 19 and with Seattle and Red, like that's the one that used to just smack me down. And then I was paying attention to that throughout the whole season. It was like they would just fade the hell out of that shit. And that shit used to hit like a motherfucker, bro. Like 19 and Reds in Seattle, that shit used to hit like very, very consistently. And now it's just like it's like they don't even like line it up no more. They don't even, it misses a whole lot more than what it used to.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to share those things, like the things that I say. I ain't trying to kill on no negative shit. Because I just wanted to.
It's good. It's always good to have a conversation. There's a lot of people who leave comments and they don't even come on. They don't have the balls to come on here and speak about it. So that's what I respect about you. Even though we have had our disagreements, at least you come on here and speak. You're not ever disrespectful. I've said some things that I apologized about, but I do appreciate that you have the courage to come on here and speak your mind. And you have the right to do that. You have the right to. You've been here long enough to do that. So.
Yeah. But yeah, man. We're gonna see, bro.
All right, brother.
We'll see. And I'm gonna do some more research. If I find anything, I'll let you know.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
I don't think we can end it there. This has been a pretty long stream. Yeah, so the stream I did yesterday, disregard that because I didn't make an accurate decision yesterday. I didn't have the right information. To be honest, I was looking at something that was inaccurate, and I was too caught up with that. But I don't think that's what the script is about. This is what the script is about, you guys. Hold on, I'll call you right now. I don't know why my phone is acting up. I'll take this call from Oklahoma. Hello?
You got me?
Yes.
All right. All we need to look at is Willis Reed. Absolutely right. I'm calling Nixon 6 from March 21st to June 16th is 2 months, 26 days. As Knicks pick up their 226th win.
2 months and 26 days from what date?
March 21st, Willis Reed death to June 16th, Game 6.
Okay, Game 6. Okay. Yeah, Spurs equals 42. I can see that.
Spurs equal 42.
Yeah, they can end 4-2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, also, the lighter stuff would be if you type in Knicks win in 6, all letters is going to be 91, San Antonio Spurs. If you do Knicks win in 6, number 6, it's 167, like the 167th day of the year.
I don't recommend you decode that way. I don't
Those
think.
are the lighter ones.
Yeah, okay, I get it. All right. Yeah, but I do like I like the 2 months and 26 days from Willis Reed's death anniversary. You said.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So no better time to win in 6.
Yeah, I think the safest bet is for them just to win the series. But
For sure.
if you want to gamble on the day that is gonna end, you could do that.
For sure. That's all I got.
All right, brother. Have a good one. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. Yesterday, like I said, yesterday I made a video and I had to add some wrong. I had the wrong data on the screen, so we was making some bad choices, sloppy choices, something that I don't have a history of. But thankfully, I went back in today and reviewed everything. I think we got it this time. I think we got it right. I just hope that somebody from San Antonio is calling. They're probably not too happy with the decode. Let me see what they want.
Whoa.
What's going on, brother?
Oh, I think it's a good show so far, brother.
How can I help you today?
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and I've basically been on the Spurs all season and I've been covering them on my account, the Golden Age Deception. And what stood out to me at the beginning of the season is how they started off 5-0 and they won their 5th regular season game against the Miami Heat, which would be the team they would win their 5th championship against, because this is all tied into Greg Popovich. Once they won that game, I knew right away they were going to lose the next one to go with the Area 51 narrative that's been going on all season long with this team. You know, from Disclosure Day to Wemby coming back on Alien Day, April 26th, and then winning back when he had that concussion incident. He came back on Alien Day. And Greg.
But do you have the Spurs because you're from San Antonio?
No, just because I just seen this narrative of Greg Popovich, and I've been following the pattern recognition from day one, from when he retired May 2nd, 2025. And then we got 6 days later on the 128th day of the year, we had the new first ever American Pope from Chicago. And then we got Greg Popovich from East Chicago, Indiana. So there's a connection right away for the Pope narratives going forward for this, which was all season long. Like the Spurs were highly connected to the Pope.
What about all the stuff that I'm showing on the screen right now of the Knicks narrative? What do you think about that?
I mean, the Willis Reed narrative is very interesting, you know, but here's one thing that I want to bring up, too, about Greg Popovich. So in 1998, his father had passed away at age 80 going into the 1999 NBA season, which when he would win his first ever championship for the Spurs as a head coach at age 50, because Greg Popovich equals 50. It's like how in the beginning of the season they had their best franchise record, 5-0. And once they lost that sixth game, their 7th game, they became 6-1, resembling the finals record. Once they win this year, would be 6-1. That's how I see it. And then Greg Popovich also equals 85. I have Spurs winning in 5 on June 13th, because 13th is the 6th prime. With Victor Wembanyama, he's 22, which is the 13th composite. 13th is the 6th prime. It's all about the 6th championship. It's like how when Pop retired 6 days later, first American Pope. And I did call in, you know, a couple like days ago regarding the bridge and how Popovich is connected to the Francis Scott Key Bridge, because it collapsed on the 86th day of the year in 2024, 3/26, which resembles 326, and Greg Charles Popovich equals 326. And it collapsed at 1:28 a.m. And Greg Popovich has that January 28th, 1/28 birthday, as does J. Cole, because J. Cole has the album called The Fallout, because they know about what's to come. Rick Ross even turned 50 years old too because he has the same January 28th birthday as well. Super Bowl was in San Francisco 50. And when the Seattle Seahawks had won the Super Bowl, it put them 12-9 against the Patriots all time, including playoffs, like the 129. The Seahawks equals 129. Well, I connected that Super Bowl to the Tacoma Narrows Bridge because that Tacoma Narrows Bridge collapsed due to 42-mile-per-hour wind when Washington's the 42nd state. They would go on to win Super Bowl 60 with a total of 42 points, 60s to 42nd composite. 129 days into that bridge existence, it collapsed. And to me, that was a huge indication of how they took pay tribute to this previous game, because from when Greg Popovich retired to May 30th, 2026, which was Game 7, it was a span of 1 year and 29 days. Just how the Spurs would pick up their 129th win all time against the Oklahoma City Thunder and put in playoffs.
All right, yeah. There's definitely a narrative for both sides. That's why this stuff is not easy. I think I spoke about that enough already.
Lastly, I'll touch upon this one because Super Bowl 61, just like how Spurs can become 6-1, it's on Valentine's Day 2/14, and that number's been repetitive. You know, ever since the Pope has died and the Spurs won their previous championship in 2014, UConn had also won their NCAA tournament last time in San Antonio was in 2014. Just like the Spurs, you know, Stephon Castle won a national championship in 2024 here in San Antonio. So there's a UConn connection as well with the city of San Antonio.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah.
All right, brother.
It.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you for taking my call.
You too. All right. Just gotta I'm gonna let the audience, speak their mind. People calling in with some interesting things, but I don't know about this one, man. I don't know. This script looks very lopsided. I think New York has the edge by a lot in this one. Yeah, that Game 6 is definitely interesting. 38 months after his death. Look at that. A sweep will be 38 months and 20 days. Like death is 38 and 20. That's funny. All right. Yeah, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't really care what day it ends. I think we can still make some money off of this. If you guys want to trust this, it's up to you. I'm definitely gonna put some money and try to recover some of my losses from the other round and get some of that money back. And I think we're on the right path. I'm 99.9% certain that this is it. But there's always that 1%. So, gamble at your own risk and good luck, you guys. Any updates? It will be on this post. The link is in the comment section to my Patreon. If you guys are interested in joining the community, this is the type of work that I put in. I put in hours and hours of decodes. Hours and hours of decoding these sports games. Stuff is not easy, especially when you're doing it by yourself. Every now and then, for a championship game, I'll come on here and try to get some help in the community because The championship games are always the most challenging. There's always multiple narratives, especially when you're doing this in the beginning of the playoffs. Imagine trying to solve all this in the beginning of the postseason. You guys really think that's easy? So I don't understand how people like are so hard on the decoders. Like, imagine trying to do this, and there's 16 other teams in the postseason. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But these deaths, they've proven in the past that they are always significant, especially with the championship. Doesn't always mean the team is gonna win, but we've seen it with the Chiefs. Right? They had I'll be forgetting these people's name. Legendary Chiefs player that passed away, and then he died right connected to the Super Bowl. What was his name? Len Dawson. Yeah, Len Dawson passed away, and then that same year he died on Kobe Bryant Day, and then that year the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. 2023 Super Bowl. See, they won the Super Bowl on February 12, 2023, and then he died on August 24, 2024. Notice the geometry of Kansas City Chiefs, you guys. You got to pay attention to when these legendary players pass away. I definitely overlooked it because there was so many other things I was looking at. Kansas City Thunder, oh my gosh. Kansas City Chiefs is 172. I think he died 172 days before the Super Bowl. And then the Super Bowl, and they under winning with 38 points. Like our depth is 38. Now, 38 months after the death of Willis Reed, the Knicks will become champions again. 53 years after winning their last time. So what we said, 8/24/2022, and then the finals was on 2/12/2020. The Super Bowl was on 2/12/2023. Yeah, they won the Super Bowl 172 days after the death of Len Dawson, legendary Chiefs quarterback. I mean, Kansas City Chiefs is 172. Like, what is it? Jesus Hamilton Salvatore, the Jesuit model, or maybe it's American the Glory. But the Jesuit model is also 172. It's also Michael Jordan's birthday, 17/2. Oh no, it's actually Mariam the Glorium. That's what it is. Which means for the greater glory of God. It is the official motto of the Society of Jesus. That's the Jesuit motto, Mariam the Glorium. Jesus Hamilton Salvatore is what the IHS stands for. Excuse me. Yeah, but the motto is American the Glory, which equals 172. And again, Kansas City Chiefs 172. He died 172 days before the Super Bowl. And then of course we got Hank Aaron, and then we got Bill Russell who died, and then the Celtics won the championship. So we might get another one of those examples here after this NBA final ends. I'm paying tribute to Mr. Willis Reed. Did he have any nicknames? Let me just see. They usually give, the captain. They usually give these guys nicknames. Also called a Wolf. Isn't that funny? You got Karl Anthony Towns from the Wolves. The captain. All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to the callers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys definitely opened up my mind, and we definitely put it all together. And just don't bet the house on the Knicks if you are gonna bet the Knicks, because there are some certain things on the Spurs side that can haunt us. But yeah, I'm not gonna go outside for a long time because the Knicks are probably gonna win, and the city is probably gonna be very dangerous. All right, you guys, please hit the like, support us on the Patreon, and share the videos. All right, you guys, take care. 3 hours. Wow. Take care. Enjoy your Monday, and good luck in the NBA Finals. R.I.P. to Willis Reed.